Thank you very much. And for the welcome address, may I please welcome the chairperson of Cahocon 2025 for the organizing committee, Dr. Anupam Sibal, to kindly come and say a few words.
Namaste. The Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Srimati Rekha Gupta ji, Dr. Vijay Agarwal, Dr. Upasana Arora, Dr. Lalu, Dr. Sanjeev, Dr. Bhatia, Dr. Pawan, President of ISKUA, very good morning. It's a privilege to extend a very warm welcome to our Honorable Chief Minister, Srimati Rekha Gupta ji. Rekha ji has been in public life from her very early college days and was president of the Delhi University Students' Union in 1996. She served as the councillor representing North Pritampura. She's been mayor of the South. In recent years, the Honorable Prime Minister has been highlighted. In May 2022, the Honorable Prime Minister said, "The progress of humanity is incomplete without the empowerment of women." And when, at the success of Chandrayaan, the Honorable Prime Minister in August 23 applauded the team, and I quote, "When the daughters of a country become so ambitious, who can stop the nation from becoming developed?" When the capability of women power is added, the impossible becomes possible. And in January 24, the Honorable Prime Minister highlighted, we have shifted focus from women-centric to women-led. Rekha ji to guide us. The Honorable Prime Minister expressed confidence in Rekha ji's ability to lead and develop Delhi, as he now Rekha ji will make Delhi a capital worthy of being the capital of a developed country. We are privileged to have you as our Chief Minister, Rekha ji. Thank you so much for finding time for us. CAHO was established in 2013. Cahocon came into existence in 2015. In Apollo Delhi became the first internationally accredited hospital by a joint commission. It was the first in India and the sixth in Asia at that time. We now have 61 JCI accredited hospitals. A year later, NABH came into existence. We now have more than 1,500 accredited hospitals, more than 2,800 entry-level hospitals, and more than 1,100 small hospitals that are accredited. At Cahocon, we today have more than 1,500 delegates with 100 speakers from 15 countries. And the idea is to create an immersive experience so that there's something to learn and something to teach for everyone. For the CAHO conference that was organized a few years ago, the Honorable Prime Minister had sent a message, and I end with that. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya. Our worldview is anchored in our ethos of may everyone be at peace and may no one suffer from illness. And in that spirit, a very warm welcome to everyone at Cahocon. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sibal, for those inspiring words. Before we move ahead, along with the welcome address is the traditional welcome. And may I request Dr. Anupam Sibal, organizing chairperson of Cahocon 2025, and Dr. Vijay Agarwal, President CAHO, to kindly felicitate ma'am with a bouquet of flowers. Dr. Sibal. Big round of applause, please. May I request Dr. Upasana Arora as well as to felicitate ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much. I think for Honorable Chief Minister ma'am to understand deeper about CAHO, I'd like to invite Dr. Vijay Agarwal to speak on CAHO and its journey over the last decade plus. Dr. Vijay Agarwal, President CAHO. Sir, please.
Good morning, all Most respected or Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, Sri Rekha Gupta ji, our guest of honor, Ezekiel, and all my friends, colleagues on the dais and off the dais. Guys, we are a very young organization which was created just in 2013 with an aim to provide safer patient care, strengthening quality, promoting accreditation, and sharing best practices. Our mission has become as an association of healthcare institutions, diagnostic centers, and individuals with the objective of participating in and pooling the resources for achieving the common goal of providing safer care, promoting patient safety. Our purpose is to work together for safer healthcare, and our vision is to be an admired global leader in the space of healthcare quality and patient safety. Our logo represents all our divisions. And one of the most important change I would say that CAHO could bring about was to bring about the concept of creating quality implementers. Just like the accreditation bodies have an army of assessors, we have created an army of quality implementers who can be there in every institution, and over a period of time, we have trained more than 3,500 of these quality implementers who are now the ambassadors of patient safety across the country. These patient quality ambassadors have been also as a community, and we have been conducting many other programs with them and also with the other people. So over a period of time, we have designed, developed affordable and high quality programs, and more than 68 programs are still being running. We have done 12 master classes series, 32 continuing quality education series, with the result that we have trained more than 45,000 people across the country. We have certification programs, which are the fellowship programs. With ISQA, we are very proud to say that we have a joint kind of a fellowship program with ISQA. We do also a program on risk management and also on leadership with the Leads Global and CINS. We do also national certification program for infection control professionals. Nurturing quality as a discipline by bringing the national and international experts has been the main, I would say, reason for the growth of CAHO. CAHO is conducting an ISQA webinar. ISQA is, you know, the apex organization of quality in the world. So in ISQA, expert is giving a webinar on every first Tuesday at 5 p.m., which is being attended by people from more than 20-25 countries. And every first Tuesday has now become a monthly quality meeting for all institutions in our country. We do diagnostic webinars, student engagement webinars, general webinars, and over a period of time, we have conducted more than 300 webinars with more than 50,000 attendees. We develop resources to help institutions, which are especially, I will say, the small and medium hospitals, whether it is in the area of consent form, how to promote telemedicine, fire safety audits, statutory compliance, and we also bring the voice of the leaders through CAHO Pod. We have a very important program to motivate hospitals to start reporting the errors in a confidential manner on our platform called Convert. I think the game changer has also been our understanding that we cannot do anything about reducing medical errors unless we reach out to everybody, every segment in the healthcare, and that is whether they are the doctors or nurses, but besides that, the engineers in the hospital, pharmacy, nursing, dietitians, rehab specialists, technology, and supply chain. The evidence of that was that yesterday we had 22 workshops across the city of Delhi, and one workshop, just of a rehab workshop, had 300 people kind of present into that workshop, shows the kind of reach out. We are also reaching out to everybody through different committees. And the committees are including even International Advisory Committee. We have Professor Ravindran Jagasoti here, coming all the way from Malaysia. He is the chair of our International Advisory Committee. We have Collaborative Research Committee being led by Professor Satish Chandra. We have a Nursing Empowerment Committee by Elizabeth David. We have Media Committee by Harbinder Narula. We have Student Committee by Amita Marla. We have Technology Committee by Dr. Manish Kohli, and Sustainability Committee by Kirti D'Souza and Karan. And we have been designing and developing very high quality and affordable programs. We also have taken the mantle of raising the patient's voice and making them a partners in our healthcare. So we started with a Patients for Patient Safety initiative, which is now the Patients for Patient Safety Foundation, which is being chaired by Mr. Som Mittal and Madam Nadira Chaturvedi very, very efficiently. More than 10-15 lakhs of people are being approached for some of the other things every week. In fact, along with them, we have come out with a white paper on patient advisory councils. A lot of hospitals are now working to. We are also working on the area of research. A lot of publications have started already to come out through this, and we have started with a research journal on the issue of the patient safety. We organize today many annual events. I'll say Cahocon, where you are a part today, is our signature event. But technology and healthcare has been also. So this year in Bhubaneswar, we will be having our 10th annual conference. We have the Diagnosticon, the LabCon, which was earlier LabCon, is now called the Diagnosticon, will happen in Indore. And we have SACON, the student engagement platform. We also celebrate the World Patient Safety Day on the 17th of September. Our journey has been nothing else but collaboration, which is the theme of this conference. And we have the Centers for Quality Promotion. These are hospitals which are already accredited, but are also having people who are trained by the CAHO programs. And they are now the Centers for Quality Promotion. They reach out to the other small and medium hospitals to spread the wave of quality. We collaborate with medicals, other professional societies, with associations, institutions, academic institutions, industry. And we organize many competitions to again motivate and stimulate people to take part and become a part of the healthcare, promoting the healthcare. Promoting technology in healthcare has been one of the very important thing, as I said. So we showcase hospital innovations, we invite Pitch Fest for the startups, and we do a health tech directory to start connecting the startups with the end users. For connecting with the stakeholders, we bring out with a monthly digital magazine called The Spark. Every week our issues come out on a Friday update. We come out with many books which have included the ones which are on reporting of the adverse events, on convert, on hand hygiene, and we have now come out with a safe anesthesia practical guide. We do a CAHO's recognition program is there of awarding lifetime achievement, quality champion, young quality achiever, best healthcare startup, best many more. And there is a global impact, I will say, of all the activities that we are doing. Our membership count has been increasing. I will say, ladies and gentlemen, over a period of time, CAHO is not an organization. It has become a movement. Let's join this movement to promote patient safety. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much all of you for joining Cahocon 2025, a moment in its truest spirit. May I now invite our very own Secretary General, Dr. Lalu Joseph, to speak to us about introducing the theme of the conference. Dr. Lalu Joseph.
Honorable Chief Minister, dignitaries on the dais, dear friends, welcome you all to Cahocon 2025. With immense pride and anticipation, I welcome you all to CAHO 2025, a milestone gathering that brings together healthcare professionals, thought leaders, innovators, and change makers from across the nation and beyond. This year's theme, Enhancing Quality Through Collaboration, Transforming Healthcare Together, reflects the essence of CAHO's mission and the urgent needs of today's healthcare landscape. It is not just a theme for the conference, it's a call to action for the entire healthcare community. We cannot do it in isolation, we have to collaborate, and that's the essence of this conference. We are at a defining moment in the evolution of healthcare. Rapid advancements in technology, growing patient expectations, environmental imperatives, and rising complexities in care delivery demand more than individual effort. They demand a collective effort, collective excellence. This theme emphasizes that quality in healthcare is no longer a solitary pursuit. It thrives in environments of collaboration, transparency, and shared purpose. Throughout Cahocon 2025, we will explore how strategic partnerships across disciplines, institutions, sectors can drive sustainable, patient-centered, and intelligent healthcare systems. Whether it is through digital transformation, smart hospital designs, sustainable care, or innovative accreditation and quality improvement models, each session has been thoroughly curated to highlight how collaboration can fuel impact. At its heart, Cahocon 2025 is about transforming healthcare together through dialogue, knowledge sharing, innovation, and united vision. As we gather to share best practices and celebrate collective progress, let us reflect on how we can carry the spirit of collaboration into our everyday work. I encourage you to engage, contribute, and be inspired in the coming days. Let this conference be more than an event, a springboard for continued partnership, shared leadership, and a healthcare where quality is a lived value across every touch point. Together, we can shape a more thoughtful, compassionate, and resilient healthcare future. We are in this journey together, and we will continue to be together. Jai Hind, thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lalu. I'd like to invite Dr. Upasana Arora to please come up on the dais, co-chairperson of Cahocon 2025 and a very old friend. Ma'am will speak to us about changing the landscape of healthcare in India. Ma'am, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and I'm really thankful to our chief guest, Rekha Gupta ji, that she came here and now she will understand how healthcare is helping people to take care, because quality is a new word to India. And I would like to say, because I am supposed to speak about landscape. So everybody knows that there was a system of family doctor who was treating for all your illnesses, and everybody was happy. Then system become changed, and there was people started going to specialist like medicine, then surgery. Then again system were changed and super specialty came into the picture. And then urologist, neurologist, awareness becomes so that everybody wanted to go to only super specialist. Now there is a sub-specialty in super specialty, pediatric neurologist, and different things. Same time, if you see the culture of hospitals, there was only government-driven hospitals or doctors who were running their nursing homes with their wives, 10-bedded, maximum 40-bedded. Then now it's a corporate culture. Lots of new hospitals are coming. And this time, scenarios totally change. America and different countries are putting money to healthcare in form of private equity. And if you see the kind of care for the public also changed within 10 years, because before that no government was going or taking any action for public health. There was only government hospitals were available for the poor persons, but no policy was there. But if you see the form of this Ayushman Bharat is a very new thing for India. most and largest public policy for health insurance, and I think now everyone knows about it and everybody is taking advantage. Now, by the grace of God, Delhi is also getting that facility because now government is ready to put this scheme. Otherwise, government was not ready to take this. Yeah, I think we should clap for that because everyone is. And if we talk about technology, there was a time doctor was writing prescription, and even my hospital, we started 35 years back, we were also giving test report in manually. But now things are changing a lot. Everything is digital. Now we are talking about digital hospitals. Everything is available online. Even telemedicine was okay, but now telepathology, telesurgery. If you could remember, I think 2 months back, some doctor of Rajiv Gandhi cancer surgeon, Dr. Rawat, he did surgery from Medanta to Rajiv Gandhi through this tele surgery, robotic surgery. So you can see how much hospitals are changing, healthcare is changing now. We are here, and if we talk about patient safety, this was a new word for India. And 2006, Dr. Girdhar Gyani is sitting here, who started quality journey of India. He started by the name of NABH, and now NABH is a very, very well-known name in India. Here JCI people are sitting, and maybe other countries' accreditation people must be here. But in India, we started with NABH. Now everybody knows, even patients are very much aware about patient safety. And what is patient safety? Everybody thinks doctor is giving medicine and nurse is giving injection. What is patient safety in between? But there are many things which hospital administrators are doing and looking, and quality people are working. But I must say, quality should not only limited to room. Quality should be culture of a hospital. Everyone should know that we are supposed to follow checklist so that we should not harm to the patient in form of wrong side surgery or wrong medication and all. So in this way, right now when we are in 2025, you can understand when this ABDM scheme will be fully implemented in this country. Like my hospital is a ABDM compliant, so we all can see our records anywhere. These things are revolutionary, and healthcare is changing a lot. AI has taken lots of place, and everyone is saying after AI everything will be, manpower will be not required. But I am telling you, whatsoever will happen, nobody can take place of a doctor, and no one can replace human being. So there is a myth that after AI, what AI can do? AI can make reports, that is good for a radiologist. But other things, we need to have some professionals, our doctors. And doctor का जो touch होता है ना, जो कहता है मैं हूँ ना, that is always very important for everyone. So now, not only Indian healthcare, all healthcares are changing, and we are going for new era of healthcare that is called digital health. And lots of new techniques are coming, like gene therapy, CAR-T therapy, bone bank and biobank, and all these things are taking place. And the best part is, these things were always in different countries, foreign countries, Europe or America. But now India is not less than anyone. We are also having all facilities here. With these words, thank you so much. Once again, everyone, I am not talking like a formal thing that on the dais I welcome everybody, because everyone is my friend. So it's definitely, I am welcoming everybody. But thank you so much for giving me this opportunity that I am here. And all those who are from different countries, welcome to India. Namaste Bharat. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you very much, Upasana ji. And before we move to the actual launch of the International Journal for Healthcare Quality, Patient Centeredness and Safety, I'd like to invite our guest of honor, President of the International Society for Quality in Healthcare, the monitor of the monitors, the accreditor of the accreditors. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Ezequiel Garcia Elorio. Sir.
Well, good morning, everyone. Namaste. And you're too generous, but this is not absolutely surprising from what I'm feeling in this conference. Thank you. I want to give you 3 messages today, very short ones, and I will comply with my 2 minutes. The first one is thank you. On behalf of ISQA, immense thanks to the Indian nation and to CAHO for hosting us. Thanks to Dr. Vijay, to Dr. Lalu, and the board and members of CAHO. The second message is to tell you that ISQA is an organization of giving. And quoting Gandhi, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And the message just to share with you is that ISQA is a window to the world. It's a window where personally I had the honor to work with people that I admire, like Peter Lackman and Jeffrey Brownwave. People, I made new friends in esteemed colleagues like Shinu Shiro and Dr. Vijay. And also learn from colleagues like Dr. Pichumani, Anuradha Pichumani, Peter Hibbert, ISQA members from India like Vicky Rana, Dr. Anupal, Dr. Atul, Dr. Lalu, and also CAHO members, and most important, the ISQA staff in Ireland. So join ISQA work to give and receive. It worked for me, and hopefully it can work for you. So I invite you to our room for the panel at room 10 at 2 p.m. for a round table. And finally, the third message is to keep moving forward. Yesterday, a politician asked me, what do you find unique about India? And what I said at that very moment is that I found what the few things I know already is that you do things your own way, respecting your culture and your values. But as the day went by, I found that another unique thing of India is CAHO, because of its inclusiveness, reach, and ambition. Usually guests are kind with their hosts, but this is a heartfelt message. So finally, thanks again for your kind invitation, and congratulations for your work. Let's carry on. We have a lot to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. And now the moment for which all of us have been waiting for. With a big round of applause, I'd like you to welcome Srimati Rekha Gupta ji, Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi, to kindly give her inaugural address. Thank you. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much. I really thanks CAHO who has invited me over here, and I can meet the dignitaries who came from all over world, especially for the theme patient security. I really thank all of you. Namaskar, Jai Hind, Jai Bharati. स्टेज पर मेरे साथ प्रेजेंट डॉक्टर यशपाल भाटिया, डॉक्टर अनुपम सिबल, डॉक्टर विजय अग्रवाल, डॉक्टर उपासना अरोड़ा, जिन्होंने मुझे आज यहाँ इनवाइट किया. स्पेशल थैंक्स टू हर. एंड डॉक्टर एजिक्वेल गार्सिया, डॉक्टर लालू जोसेफ, आप सभी एक कॉमन थीम के साथ पूरा कंट्री को एड्रेस कर रहे हैं, दैट इज पेशेंट सिक्योरिटी. आज का दिन बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. इट्स ए बर्थडे ऑफ हनुमान जी. जय हनुमान. I think our foreigner guest also know Hanuman ji. हनुमान जी वो पहले व्यक्ति हैं जब लक्ष्मण जी बेहोश हो गए और उनके लिए संजीवनी ढूंढने के लिए उस समय के डॉक्टर ने कहा कि भाई इनको बचाना है तो संजीवनी लेके आइए, तो वो गए और पूरा पहाड़ लेकर के आ गए टू सेव लक्ष्मण जी। तो आई थिंक वो भी मेडिकल फर्टर्निटी के बंदे रहे हैं जिन्होंने लक्ष्मण जी की जान बचाई। तो ऐसे दिन पर जब मेरा आप सबसे मिलना हो रहा है और एक बहुत ही अच्छे थीम के साथ कहो कौन, एक ऐसा इवेंट जिसमें पूरे वर्ल्ड से अलग अलग इंस्टीट्यूशंस ने, एजेंसीज ने, हॉस्पिटल्स ने, रिसर्च सेंटर्स ने पार्टिसिपेट किया है फॉर ए वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कॉज, हाउ टू बी मोर सेंसिटिव टुवर्ड्स पेशेंट सिक्योरिटी एंड सेफ्टी। बहुत सारे हादसे हमने सुने अलग अलग टाइम पे और बहुत प्रेस्टिजियस हॉस्पिटल्स के जब राइट लेग का ऑपरेशन होना था और लेफ्ट लेग का ऑपरेशन कर दिया गया, जब लेफ्ट किडनी रिमूव होनी थी और राइट किडनी को रिमूव कर दिया गया, या बीमारी कुछ और थी इलाज कुछ और दे दिया गया। कई बार पेशेंट को नहीं मालूम, डॉक्टर इज गॉड फॉर हिम, वो उसमें पूरा विश्वास रख के अस्पताल में, अपने हॉस्पिटल में पूरा बिलीव रखते हुए वहां जाते हैं और उनका पूरा परिवार, उनका फैमिली अपने उस बिलव्ड फैमिली मेंबर को सौंप देता है आपके हाथों में कि अब आपके हाथ में है कि आप मेरे पेशेंट को, मेरी मदर, मेरा फादर, मेरा बच्चा, मेरी वाइफ, मेरा हस्बैंड, आप इसकी जान बचाइए। पूरा विश्वास रखता है हमारे हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम पर। और एक बड़े अस्पताल में जाकर भी अगर इस तरह की गलतियां होती है तो कोई भी पेशेंट कैसे विश्वास करेगा हमारी इस पूरी मेडिकल कम्युनिटी पर, जब बड़ी बड़ी गलतियां हमारे हॉस्पिटल सिस्टम से हो जाती हैं और हम रिग्रेट करते हैं कि ये कैसे हुआ। वो आपके इंस्टीट्यूशन के लिए डिफेमेंट भी लाता है और पूरे स्वास्थ्य तंत्र से विश्वास भी खत्म होता है। कहीं ना कहीं ये इमेज जाती है कि हमारा ये मेडिकल प्रोफेशन भी कमर्शियलाइज हो गया है और शायद हम अपनी अर्निंग के लिए कुछ भी करते हैं। और अगर हमें इस पूरे मिथ को खत्म करना है, इस पूरे मिथ को मिटा करके अपने लिए एक नई इमेज क्रिएट करनी है, तो मुझे लगता है कि आज का ये कहकॉन इवेंट बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, जिसमें आप पेशेंट सेफ्टी की पूरा हर सेगमेंट को डिस्कस करने वाले हैं। कैसे उसको मैक्सिमम केयर मिले, कैसे पेशेंट्स के लिए हम लोग पूरा डिवोटी होकर उसका ट्रीटमेंट करें, और जब वो हमारे इंस्टीट्यूशन से, हमारे हॉस्पिटल से जाए तो वो आपको थैंक्स बोलता हुआ जाए और 10 जगह पे ये कहे कि मेरा इलाज जहां हुआ वो सच में मेरे लिए भगवान थे और उन्होंने मेरा बहुत ध्यान रखा और दे कन्वर्टेड इम्पॉसिबल इनटू पॉसिबल। दैट शुड बी द मैसेज फॉर द हॉस्पिटल। और हमारी संस्कृति जो इस भारत देश की है वो तो हमेशा से यही कहती है वसुदेव कुटुंबकम, पूरा वर्ल्ड हमारे लिए फैमिली है और कोई एक भी व्यक्ति बिना इलाज के, बिना ट्रीटमेंट के ना रहे, ये हम सबका मिशन होना चाहिए। ऑफ कोर्स ये आपका प्रोफेशन भी है, पर उसमें कहीं ना कहीं सेवा का टच जरूर देना पड़ेगा। डॉक्टर्स, हॉस्पिटल्स एक बहुत सेंसिटिव कम्युनिटी है। जब आपके पास कोई पेशेंट आता है तो वो पूरा समर्पित होता है आपके लिए, आपके चरणों में होता है, कोई हाथ जोड़ता है, किसी की आंखों में आंसू होते हैं, कोई चरणों में बैठ जाता है कि प्लीज सेव अवर लाइफ, हमारी जीवन की रक्षा कीजिए। और वो जो भगवान का रूप आपको देता है, उस समय हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ईश्वर के समान आ जाती है, भगवान के लेवल पे ही हम खड़े हो जाते हैं। और जब हमने अपना ये विजन बदल लिया कि वो जो पेशेंट है वो हमारे लिए सिर्फ कस्टमर नहीं है, वो हमारे लिए सिर्फ कस्टमर नहीं है, वो एक ऐसा वे है आपके लिए जिसके माध्यम से आप ईश्वर तक अपनी वेलबींग पहुंचा सकते हो, आप अपने अच्छे काम उस पेशेंट के माध्यम से पहुंचा सकते हो। हम सबके लिए सोशल वर्क करने का इससे अच्छा कोई तरीका नहीं हो सकता। अपनी अपनी लाइफ में हम सबने बहुत कमाया होगा, इतना कमाया होगा कि खर्चने की जगह भी नहीं होगी। पर अब क्या हम ये कर सकते हैं कि हम सब अपने हाथ जोड़ें, ज्वाइन हैंड करें और सोसाइटी के लिए, देश के लिए आगे आगे काम करें। भारत एक ऐसा देश बने जहां कम से कम इलाज की कमी के कारण कोई व्यक्ति मरे नहीं। वो कोविड का समय जो हम सबने देखा, जहां हजारों लोग बिना इलाज के मर गए क्योंकि हमारा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो है वो कम पड़ गया। मुझे ध्यान है आधी आधी रात को हम लोग हॉस्पिटल्स में फोन करते थे, वेदर दैट इज प्राइवेट और पब्लिक, और रिक्वेस्ट करते थे कि देखिए एक पेशेंट आपकी दहलीज पे खड़ा है, आपके इमरजेंसी पे आया हुआ है, प्लीज उसे ले लीजिए। आज टाइम वो आ गया है, एक समय था उपासना जी जब हम लोगों को हॉस्पिटल्स में डिस्काउंट्स के लिए फोन करते थे, पर आज एडमिशंस के लिए फोन करना पड़ता है कि प्लीज इस पेशेंट के लिए आप एडमिशन ले लीजिए। हमारा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर हेल्थ केयर का बहुत कम है अभी। वी शुड इंक्रीज our hospitals, our labs, our treatment centers, और गवर्नमेंट उस दिशा में बहुत काम कर रही है। नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने आयुष्मान योजना पूरे देश में लागू की, और ये मैं समझती हूँ पूरे वर्ल्ड का सबसे बड़ा हेल्थ प्लान है जो भारत में लागू हुआ और हर भारतीय के लिए उपलब्ध है। आज अमेरिका जैसे बड़े बड़े देश भी अपने सीनियर सिटीजन्स का जो केयर शायद नहीं कर पाते होंगे, उस दिशा में भारत आगे बढ़ रहा है कि हमने 70 इयर्स अबव जितने भी लोग हैं उसकी जिम्मेवारी सरकार ले, उनका इलाज करे और उनको किसी भी चीज की चिंता ना हो, ये इंश्योर करना गवर्नमेंट ने अपने जिम्मे लिया। और 36,000 इंस्टीट्यूशन ऑल ओवर इंडिया, ऐसे हॉस्पिटल्स, ऐसे अलग अलग मेडिकल इंस्टीट्यूशंस को एनरोल किया गया जहां आयुष्मान भारत से रजिस्टर्ड पेशेंट आए तो उसका इलाज हो सके, दैट टू कैशलेस पॉलिसी उनको दिया गया। और ये इंश्योरेंस नहीं है, ये एश्योरेंस है कि आपको इलाज मिलेगा और वो भारत में ही मिलेगा। और दिल्ली के लिए भी हमारा यही प्लान है कि आप सबकी मदद से मैं आज इस मंच के माध्यम से प्राइवेट सेक्टर के हॉस्पिटल्स को और मेडिकल फील्ड के लोगों को इनवाइट करती हूं कि यदि वो दिल्ली में काम करना चाहें तो हम पीपीपी पर मिल करके दिल्ली में एक अच्छा हेल्थ मॉड्यूल क्रिएट करें जहां पे जगह हमारी होगी, बिल्डिंग भी कई जगह पे हम दे पाएंगे और उसका पूरा ऑपरेशनल सिस्टम पब्लिक प्राइवेट व्यक्ति हैंडल करे, ताकि जिसे हमें सरकारी इलाज देना है, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट देना है, उसको हम वो भी दे पाए और बाकी लोग जो पे करके इलाज लेना चाहें उनको भी पूरी फैसिलिटी मिले। किसी बेड के लिए, किसी ट्रीटमेंट के लिए, किसी सर्जरी के लिए, किसी एक भी पेशेंट को वेट ना करनी पड़े, ऐसा पूरा दिल्ली का हेल्थ मॉड्यूल हम क्रिएट करना चाहते हैं। आप सब लोग इनवाइटेड हैं अपने नए सजेशंस के साथ। कहां आप दिल्ली गवर्नमेंट के साथ ज्वाइन हैंड करके हमें असिस्ट कर सकते हैं, किस मॉड्यूल को हम लागू कर सकते हैं जिसमें हर दिल्ली के नागरिक को हेल्थ केयर मिले। आज मोदी जी ने दिल्ली में आरोग्य मंदिर नाम से 1100 यूनिट्स, 1100 यूनिट्स, एक सॉर्ट ऑफ बिग डिस्पेंसरी जो कि बिल्कुल लो लेवल पे जाकर के कॉलोनी लेवल पर हेल्थ केयर देगी। और ये इमीडिएट हमें बनाना है, इमीडिएट करना है। फॉर दैट सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट हैज गिवन अस 2400 करोड़ रुपीस कि हम दिल्ली में ये हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम शुरू करें। और दिल्ली में हेल्थ केयर के लिए हमने खुद भी 19,000 करोड़ रुपीस स्पेशली फॉर हेल्थ सेक्टर हमने रखे हैं, ताकि एक नया सिस्टम डेवलप हो सके, हर दिल्ली के निवासी को हम इलाज दे पाए और बहुत ही सुविधाजनक तरीके से, बहुत ही गुणवत्तापूर्वक तरीके से, ताकि कोई भी ऐसा लैप्स ना रहे जहां पेशेंट सिक्योरिटी का छोटा सा भी लीकेज हो। उस दिशा में आप सबकी मदद मिलेगी। हम सब लोग इकट्ठे मिलकर काम करेंगे और नए डॉक्टर, नई लैब, नए इंस्टीट्यूशंस हम दिल्ली के सेक्टर में डेवलप करें, पूरे देश में काम करें और मिल करके काम करें। जो मोदी जी का नारा है, सबका साथ, सबका विश्वास और आप सबका प्रयास, मिल करके करेंगे देश के लिए, दिल्ली के लिए और पूरे वर्ल्ड के लिए। आप सबको दिल की गहराई से बहुत बहुत बधाई देती हूँ कि आपने एक अच्छे कॉज के लिए इनिशिएटिव लिया और इसी तरीके से आप लोग आगे भी हेल्थ केयर में काम करते रहेंगे और दुनिया को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए आप सबका पूरा सहयोग मिलेगा। थैंक यू सो मच।
धन्यवाद मुख्यमंत्री साहिबा। May I request Satish Kapoor, State Resident Delhi, to kindly come up on stage and jointly with Dr. Vijay Agarwal and Dr. Anupam Sibal to kindly felicitate ma'am with the token of Cahocon 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, let the applause not stop. May I now request Dr. Sanjeev Singh, Organizing Secretary Cahocon 2025, to come up for the vote of thanks, and after that we'll have the national anthem.
Thank you all, and Honorable Chief Minister, it is with deep gratitude and immense respect that we thank you for gracing this particular occasion. Your participation today was not merely ceremonial, it was a very powerful reaffirmation of your unwavering commitment to health, your passionate engagement. You have been always a embraces us with a lot of warmth. You were hand-picked by our Honorable Prime Minister for this coveted post, and you have been a role model for women empowerment and empowerment in general. And you touched upon for all healthcare professionals to do seva. Thank you for recognizing the effort during COVID-19. और दिल की गहराई से हम भी आपको अभिनंदन करना चाहते हैं. Thank you for gracing the occasion. I would also like to thank our guest of honor, Mr. Dr. Ezekiel, who is the president of ISQA, for his sheer magnitude and the accomplishment which he has achieved and the role which he plays for all the quality movement across the globe. Thank you for bringing those professionalism and quality and patient safety to the patient who trust in the healthcare organization. Two beautiful souls, Dr. Vijay Agarwal and Dr. Lalu. We extend deepest gratitude. Their foresight, their dedication, their relentless pursuit for excellence. It lays the cornerstone for a transformative journey, and Lalu is wearing a diamond necklace which has been given by her husband on her birthday. So please recognize that too on this beautiful day. A heartfelt thank you for an extraordinary organizing committee, Dr. Anupam Sibal, our Madhuri Dikshit of the healthcare, Upasana Arora ji, Dr. YP Bhatia, and all other organizing members for their meticulous planning, seamless coordination, and their commitment to get putting this whole program together. I'm so glad that today there will be no calls to call everybody for the Zoom call where nobody also comes. So thank you so much. Organizing this conference at this scale is no small feat. It is possible because of our powerful patrons who are there on the front row, with the brilliant speakers who has agreed to invest their time, for engaged delegates, all of you, you're brilliant, and for all the invested sponsors, and the event manager who has sort of managed this so very well. Last but not the least, a super duper CAHO team. They are just superbly hardworking, fantastic team, and I'm glad that they will not get any calls from Lalu from today onwards. So thank you so much, and elevate the platform for quality, patient safety, and the purpose, and let the collaborative spirit be alive. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sanjeev Singh, ever so dynamic organizing secretary of Cahocon 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please request you to rise for the national anthem. Thank you very much, Honorable Chief Minister. And with that, we conclude the inaugural. Please be seated. And let's take a minute. I request the rest of the guests to kindly stay on stage. Guest of honor, Dr. Ezekiel sir, kindly stay on stage. Dr. Anupam Sibal, once you're done with the escorting and saying goodbye to ma'am, kindly get back on stage. We have a series of exciting launches coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. So I think we can all afford to take a 5-minute stretch and get back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, a big round of applause for Madam Chief Minister as she completes the inaugural ceremony and exits. Thank you very much. I request Dr. Vijay Agarwal, Dr. Lalu Joseph, Dr. Upasana Arora, Dr. Ezekiel Garcia Oroyo, as well as Dr. Anupam Sibal and Dr. Sanjeev Singh to kindly be on stage to continue with the launch of the CAHO initiatives. Thank you very much. I understand the excitement. We have a couple of minutes before we start the launch of the CAHO initiatives. I request Dr. Yashpal Bhatia also to come up on stage. Dr. Satish Kapoor, may we have you on stage? May I request our patrons,
Dr. Gyani, Dr. Alexander Thomas, Air Marshal Dr. Pavan Kapoor, and Dr. Nagendra Swami, you're requested to please come on stage.
I repeat, Dr. Girdhar Gyani, Dr. Alexander Thomas, Air Marshal Dr. Pavan Kapoor, as well as Dr. Nagendra Swami, kindly come up on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we begin the launch of CAHO initiatives. Elizabeth.
For the first launch that we're looking at, may I invite on stage Professor Satish Chandra, Dr. Pratish Ravindran, Dr. Chinmay Shah, and Dr. Ebenesh Anthony. This is for the International Journal of Healthcare Quality, Patient-Centeredness and Safety. The International Journal for Healthcare Quality, Patient-Centeredness and Safety will address a spectrum of opportunities and challenges related to healthcare quality, patient-centeredness, preferences, and advocacy both for the healthcare organizations and healthcare providers. Please put your hands together for the launch of this journal.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the launch of the International Journal for Healthcare Quality, Patient-Centeredness and Safety. And may I request the rest of you to kindly be seated. There are people behind you cannot see.
We can do it with a big round of applause for them. Thank you.
Thank you. The IGHQPCS. Thank you very much. Our exceedingly efficient team. You can exit from center stage, sir. Next, we launch the Spark, the voice of CAHO. May I invite on stage Dr. Darshana Rathod, Dr. Anila Mathin, Dr. Jyoti Clara, Dr. Manish Kohli, Dr. Malati, Dr. Ranji James, Dr. Ebenesh Anthony, and Dr. Sonali Rawat. The Spark is CAHO's latest endeavor to light the way towards excellence in healthcare quality and patient safety. True to its name, the Spark represents our unwavering commitment to inspiring and empowering every healthcare stakeholder with the tools and insights needed to ignite transformation. Ladies and gentlemen, this monthly dynamic publication is now available for everyone. Put your hands together as we get together for the inauguration, the launch of the CAHO initiative called the Spark. I can't hear adequate applause with 1,000 people in the room.
you very much. So next up, we'd like to invite to the stage Dr. Deepak Saxena, Dr. Subin Shetty, Dr. Apurva Kumar, Dr. Medha Vadva for the launch of Leading the Way, Transforming Healthcare Practices. This is a compendium of notable practices in healthcare compiled by CAHO and IIPH Gandhinagar. Please put your hands together for this dynamic team.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a compendium of best healthcare practices unparalleled anywhere in the world. Please put your hands together for this. May I request all of these current people to please stay on stage. And now let me invite on stage, also in addition to all of you, kindly be on stage. This is... Okay. Thank you very much. May I request the following to come back on stage: Dr. Darshana Rathod, Dr. Anila, Dr. Rajiv Singhal, Father George, Dr. Abhinesh, Dr. Sonali Rawat, Dr. Malti, Dr. Ranjit James, Dr. Kohli, Dr. Jyoti Clara, Dr. Sonali Rawat to please come on stage for the launch of the souvenir of Cahocon 2025. Dr. Rajiv Singhal, please.
That calls for a round. A loud applause, please. Thank you very much. May we now have on stage Dr. J. Balavenkateshwar Subramaniam, Dr. Lalu Joseph, and Dr. Vasundhara Atre for the launch of the Essentials of Safe Anesthesia. This is a practical guide for day-to-day practice that's going to help all anesthetists across the country and the world to get best practices on ground. Request Dr. Balavenkateshwar Subramaniam, Dr. Lalu Joseph, and Dr. Vasundhara Atre. A loud applause for them, please.
Thank you very much. We now move into the launch of the new initiative of the NABCB Third-Party Fire Audit Accreditation Certificate of LGS Assurance Private Limited, a recognized partner of CAHO as a Type A inspection body for conducting fire and life safety third-party audits. May I please welcome on stage Mr. Ajay Sharma, Joint Director, NABCB and Quality Council of India, as well as Ms. Kirti D'Souza, our own in-house specialist on ESG. Ladies and gentlemen, this deserves a big round of applause. We now move on to the Centers for Quality Promotion.
The first center, and we want to call on stage Dr. Nerleen Sehgal, MD, Sehgal Neo Hospital, Ms. Abha Saxena, Mr. Pradeep Bansal, Mr. Dharamveer Bhalla, Mr. Suresh Kumar, Mrs. Kalpana Sharma, Mrs. Monica Verma, Mrs. Joyce Lodges, Mrs. Raji M.R., Mrs. Jyotsna, Mr. Kuldeep Sharma, and Mrs. Khushbu Malhotra. Sehgal Neo Hospital has been a trusted healthcare provider in West Delhi for over 30 years. Established in 1991 with the vision of offering affordable and superior healthcare to all. SNH has evolved into a multi-speciality, 100-bedded hospital with state-of-the-art technology, 4 modular operation theatres, advanced ICUs, luxurious delivery rooms, and a trauma center. SNH has been delivering unmatched care to over 3 lakh patients, ensuring excellent clinical outcomes and personalized service under the leadership of Dr. Nerleen Sehgal. Please put your hands together for this wonderful team, Sehgal Neo Hospital, New Delhi.
Noteworthy that Dr. Nerleen Sehgal is also fulfilling the responsibilities of the treasurer of CAHO. And we don't have him on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll come back again for Dr. Sehgal. CK Birla Hospital, Center for Quality Promotion, requests to join Mr. Sombrata Roy, Ms. Debosnita Malik Chakravarti, Ms. Haranibedita Mohanta, Ms. Juma Basu, Ms. Monami Don, Mr. Pritam Kumar Saha, Ms. Rakhi Mukherjee, Santosh Shankar, Soma Bakshi, Dr. Sudeep Roy, Ms. Sujata Saharoy, Ms. Vijaya Lakshmi Achitan Nair. CK Birla Hospital, CMRI, Kolkata, West Bengal, established in 1969 as East India's first private multi-speciality hospital, with 440 beds, including 126 critical care beds, 11 advanced operation theatres. It is NABH and NABL accredited, NABH Nursing Excellence certified, and proudly houses East India's first UAI accredited advanced stroke care centre, along with Infuse certification from the Infuse Nurses Society India. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hand together for CMRI Kolkata, West Bengal.
Next up, we have Trichy SRM Medical College Hospital and Research Center, Tamil Nadu. Can we invite on stage Dr. A.E. Edikondalu, Medical Superintendent, Mr. Rufus Shakeen, and Mr. Tamil Selvan K. Trichy SRM Medical Hospital, College, Hospital and Research Center is a leading institution in healthcare and medical education, efficiently managed by its visionary chairman, Dr. R. Shivakumar, and dynamic co-chairman, Mr. Niranjan. Under their exemplary leadership, the institution has evolved into a beacon of excellence, featuring 1,575-bedded multi-speciality tertiary care hospital that offers advanced medical services at affordable prices, particularly to the rural population. The college proudly holds prestigious accreditations including NAC, A+, NABH, and NABL, which reflect its commitment to quality, safety, academic integrity, and institutional strength. In addition to the medical college, the Trichy campus hosts various allied health institutions, creating a multidisciplinary environment that nurtures future healthcare leaders. Thanks to the visionary leadership of Dr. Shivakumar and the strategic guidance of Mr. Niranjan. Please put your hands together for a loud applause for them.
May I request Air Marshal Dr. Pavan Kapoor, our patron, to also join us on stage. I think he was absent. We were missing you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, part of the success story of CAHO is the engagement with students. As we move ahead, we launched 4 new divisions of the CAHO Student Engagement Committee, also popularly called the CAHO SEC. On stage, may I please invite Dr. Amita Marla, Dr. Usha Manjunath. We are launching the medical wing with Dr. Jawahar Pillai and Dr. Sunil Munkur, the nursing wing with Dr. Lata Venkatesan and Professor Elizabeth Varghese, the MHA wing with Dr. Eileen and Dr. Medha Wadhwa, and the Allied Specialities wing with Dr. Sunita Saldana and Dr. Anuja Singh. The stage has been tested to bear the weight of all these lovely people. Put your hands together for CAHO SEC, CAHO.
Now, next up, we will be launching the first white paper for Patient Safety Forum, entitled Engaging Patients to Enhance Patient Safety. May we have on stage Mr. So Mittal.
A big round of applause for Mr. Mittal, a true crusader in the fight of patients for patient safety. To launch the report, Roadmap to Address Vitamin D Deficiency in India, we were hoping to have Dr. Ashish Chaudhary, but he was unable to come. And therefore, may I please have the pleasure of inviting Dr. Pallavi Verma, co-author, to come up on stage to release the Roadmap to Address Vitamin D Deficiency in India. Put your hands together if you are not vitamin D deficient. A larger round of applause. Ask Dr. Yashpal Bhatia to kindly honor our guest of honor, Dr. Ezekiel Garcia Loria, President ISQA. May I request Dr. Yashpal Bhatia to kindly felicitate Dr. Ezekiel. Big round of applause for Dr. Ezekiel. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, all the dignitaries on the dais. You've been a wonderful group of people to work with and you've helped us a lot. We can request you all to step off. They're coming next. Ah, okay. You're launch? They have a presentation. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute. I think some confusion. However good MCs we may try to be, there's always room for improvement.
Okay. I'd like to call on stage Mr. Anand Iyer, the Chief of Operations of 5C Network, and Mr. Manan Reshamwala, Head of Customer Solutions with 5C Network. Allow us to introduce you to a visionary leader in the world of healthcare innovation, 5C Network, a trailblazer in the field of AI-powered radiology. 5C Network is transforming the practice and impact of radiology across the globe. With a deep capacity for research and commitment to foster excellence, 5C Network has developed groundbreaking solutions that are redefining the landscape of radiology and hospital operations. Their approach integrates cutting-edge technology with hands-on understanding of the unique needs of healthcare providers, ensuring that their solutions are simply impactful. With their solutions, 5C Network is setting new standards in the data and analytics-driven quality, collaboration, and operational efficiency, empowering clinicians and institutions to deliver the highest standard of care. As they expand their scope to solutions with relentless pursuit for innovation and driving the future of healthcare through better diagnostics, their work is helping to create a smarter and more personalized healthcare experience for patients everywhere. Today, 5C Network is about to unveil their latest innovation, Iris, built using their AI expertise, technology underpinning, infrastructure understanding, and operational excellence. I invite the 5C Network team to come over and formally launch their product to the world. A round of applause for them, please.
Thank you, everybody. We're extremely delighted to announce the launch of our AI-powered radiology information management solution. It's called Iris. I mean, true to term, it's the Intelligent Radiology Information Solution. It's a complete AI-powered radiology management solution. And the key thing that we do with this, which makes all the difference in the world of radiology information, is that there is complete AI-enabled automation end-to-end. All orchestrations of workflows, all dashboards, and all manual tasks that can be put to the machine can be moved into the AI-powered radiology management system, which is called Iris. Manan to talk. My colleague Manan will just briefly explain what are the key functionalities, 7 functionalities that we are going to do with the Iris AI-powered radiology management solution.
Thank you, Anand. So, when we hear AI, we've been hearing AI a lot. What exactly do we mean by what AI is going to offer? So, there are 3 broad spaces where we are going to look at solving using AI solutions. One is the operations of the radiology department. So, the idea is we automate the workflows, which otherwise are manually handled. It's extremely paper burdened, right? So, the key is we can increase resource utilization and improve patient experience at hospitals by operationalizing the automating the operations using our AI solutions. Second is clinical assistance. So we have significant amounts of computer vision and LLM generated tools to assist our radiologists to give greater clinical outcomes for AI solution for their radiology outcomes. And more importantly, this will also help set up and automate QA processes which are required for our JCI, NABH and such accreditation that we go forward to provide standard of care for our patients. And third, most importantly, is analytics. Now, RIS historically has been a data warehouse. It has loads of data, which is extremely hard to read. How do you go across it? So what we are using with our analytics, AI and analytics, is to support with RCA, understand what the requirement is, where the problem statements are, and suggest solutions and highlight where the issue originally generates, right? This will invariably help the hospitals achieve their research support and their strategic objectives they may have for their departmental management, right? So, yeah.
The other aspect that I wanted to talk about is hospitals are getting larger. The hybrid infrastructure of ours, it can work in on-premise, online, offline, centralized, localized, cloud, public, private, all combinations that are there in hospitals as they grow, as they make strategic acquisitions, they have to deal with multiple interoperability issues. The AI-powered RIS system that we've got is going to be able to take care of all of this. For more information, I would like to invite those of you who are interested to talk to us in stall number 20. Thank you very much.
Hi, good afternoon. I am Dr. Shruti, a CAHOite.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Devanand.
So please, can I have the dignitaries of the stage? Thank you so much for honoring us with all the launches. So after the enriching session 1 and 2, now let's dive in the session 3, which is the Viksit Bharat. And the chairpersons for the session is Dr. Atul Kapoor, founder and MD, Regency Hospital.
And the next chairperson is Dr. Satyajit Kumar Singh, Managing Director of Ruben Hospital, Patna.
Can we have the chairpersons on the stage, please? Dr. Atul Kapoor, Dr. Satyajit Kumar Singh, sir.
Can we have Dr. Satyajit Kumar Singh? Yeah, he's coming.
So, for the session, the first speaker for the session is Dr. Atul Mohan Kochar, sir, who's the Chief Executive Officer NABH. He would be talking on NABH standards as catalyst for digital adoption, India story.
And the second speaker for this exciting session is Dr. Jitendra Sharma, MD and CEO, AMTZ. He'll be speaking on building healthcare resilience through the Make in India story.
The third speaker would be Dr. Vishwa Srivastav, MD, President and COO, SS Innovations International. Topic would be SS Innovations, Bridging Technology and Patient Care with Mantra 3 Surgical Robotic Systems.
And the last speaker of this session is Mr. Subrato Gupta, Chief Strategy and Transformation Officer, Compass Group India. He'll be speaking on how to revolutionize healthcare nutrition. So can we have the speakers, please?
Atul sir, Dr. Jitendra Sharma, Dr. Vishwa Srivastav sir, and Mr. Subrato Gupta sir. Can we have the speakers please on the stage for session 3?
Can we have Dr. Atul Mohan? Dr. Atul Mohan, CEO NABH.
for a minute for him to come and then start the session.
Yeah, easier. So, Dr. Atul Mohan Kochar, I think, sir, you will be the first speaker, but over to the chairpersons to take the session. We have 55 minutes for this session. So there's a slight change in sequence as one of the speakers has to travel. So I request the other speakers to kindly accommodate. Mr. Subroto Gupta has to leave early, so he has requested to be slotted in number 2. So over to the chairpersons.
Thank you.
Well, I think you said that sir ka baad mein hoga. Okay, so Dr. Kochar will start the first lecture for this session. He needs no introduction, and this session is primarily on Viksit Bharat, Made in India, Make in India, and the digital health and digital way forward. Thank you, Dr. Kochar.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of NABH Quality Council of India, it's my immense privilege and with gratitude, so respected chairpersons, my colleagues on the dais, it's indeed a great pleasure for me to be here today. I have been given 10 minutes and the topic for our discussion today, the theme for this session is Viksit Bharat, and the theme for the conference is all about collaborations, and the topic which have been assigned is NABS standards as a catalyst for digital adoption, the India story. So probably all of us are aware about the Viksit Bharat theme which has been given by Honorable Prime Minister. Just a few minutes back, the Honorable CM of Delhi also spoke about what Viksit Bharat is and how collaborations can make a difference. But as far as I see, there are 3 key words which are in the subject. One is NABH standards, the other is digital health adoption, and the third is the India story. So without much ado, thank you so much for taking NABH where it is today. We are into the 20th year of our operations, and over the past 20 years, we have managed to with your support, release 29 programs. So we started in 2005 with one accreditation program, but we realized that for a country our size and scale, one size does not fit all, and we today stand at 29 programs of accreditation, certification, empanelment, and these standards have become extremely popular, not because they are thorough, but they are in a language which all of us understand and which all of you have contributed to build. We keep revising these standards every 3 years or 4 years, as the case may be. Our flagship standard of accreditation is accredited by ISQA. Not only as an organization we take pride in ISQA, but our standard also is accredited by ISQA. and all our new standards, whether they are for dialysis, whether they are for blood bank, or whether they are for the Indian system of medicine, the Ayush, all have stood the test, and they are extremely popular, and they have helped raise the level of patient safety and healthcare quality in at least the country. In 2010, we started with the NABH International Program, and today we feel very privileged that 8 countries besides India also are following NABH standard, and very soon we wish and hope to take this number of countries to 20, because we have keen interest from 12 more countries as far as Somalia. So today, 20 countries very soon will be following NABH standards in their own way. What goes behind our certificate is of very much interest to everyone, not only the ISQA mark, but the credibility which NABH brings on the table, because voluntarily we subscribe to right to information, we open all our books to third-party audit by CAG audit, and about 20 more programs which make, and the endorsement by the government. So Government of India, the Insurance Regulatory Authority of India, they endorse NABH certificates, which translates into financial incentives also, which is not there for any other accreditation body, which I believe is a true test of credibility, responsiveness, transparency, and innovation. We build portals which are totally transparent. We build apps on which assessments are conducted, and though we realize that assessors are our strength, we work with nearly 2,000 assessors. Some of them, of course, may play rogue, and we take no time in eliminating them from the system. We continue to capacity build, train, retrain, and thank you so much, because many assessors I have met today who are amongst from the Cahocon delegates. This is the program data as of today, as of 31st March rather, and 24,377 facilities we take privilege in standing tall on their shoulders. Of course, this is a dynamic figure. There may be some attrition, 10% of overlap, this and that, but by and large, I think the industry support has been phenomenal. So thank you so much to all of you once again for supporting NABH and learning jointly and taking the mission of healthcare quality and patient safety to the next level. This is where I wish to take a pause. Please reflect on this map for a while, where the population of the developed world has been mapped against the federal state structure of India. All of you are aware that India is a federal government. There are 28 states, 8 union territories. So, and if you take all the entire developed world population and some more and map it against the Indian states, then only you can grasp the total impact and the perspective of how big and diverse India is. Dr. Shin, Japan is entirely subsumed in West Bengal, which is a one state. And Sir Jeffrey, in case I can see him, the entire population of not only Australia but New Zealand is less than that of Chhattisgarh, which is not even a major state. So this is where we are. The entire US of A, including Mr. Trump and Mr. Elon Musk together, is comprised of UP and Bihar. And similarly, the entire developed world. So this is the challenge and this is the opportunity. And whatever solution we think of defining, I think we have to target to this scale and we have to match that with speed. So this is the India, the Indian states and the entire world. And here comes the importance of digital. Because when you speak about such a large population, such a diverse culture, the only bridge which can bridge this fantastic gap is a digital bridge. And that's where the collaborations will come from, which is the theme of Cahocon. And if we are to speak about collaborations, keeping all these things in mind, Government of India about 5 years back released the Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. For the first time, there is a national framework which tells you how to go about creating digital bridges in healthcare. Something which for the first time gives you a framework where entire digital ecosystem has to come on one platform with interoperability, with unique IDs, with healthcare infrastructure mapping, and not only that, health professional mapping also. And you'll be very glad to know, and Honorable CM also just spoke, that already about 40,000 hospitals are already on that platform. And keeping that in mind, NABH proactively about 2 years back released the first global digital health standard, and already 350 top cutting-edge accredited hospitals are already on that platform. And on 1st of April, just gone by, we released that for the entry-level hospitals, and the day we opened, 50 hospitals joined, and of the 13,000, which itself is a very small number, we realized that, but in the days to come, every hospital needs to be on these platforms. And today we have a standard not only for the hospitals' digital infra and digital technology, but also for the software companies, also for the health tech, also for the wearables. So this is something very exciting which is happening, and this is the significance. Not only the NABH Digital Health Accreditation is going to provide enhanced digital care, but also a structured technology, medical innovation, and it's also going to address operational efficiencies and bring in whole lot of benefits in the form of clinical audit trails, information security, and confidentiality. So if we were to summarize the benefits, there is going to be enhanced operational efficiency, clinical decision support, patient satisfaction, and data-driven quality improvement in the terms of monitorable, objective, transparent outcome monitoring and patient outcome monitoring. So that brings us to the collaborations and well-structured forms which can lead to, which is the theme of the conference, of enhancing quality through collaboration, which is the theme of the Cahocon today. And thank you so much to the ISQA president and the entire team of ISQA for coming and sharing the new framework. And thank you, Shane, and thank you, Dr. Lero, Dr. Anuradha, for spending some wonderful moments with us yesterday and releasing the safe care standards. And such standards, such collaborations are the only way forward where we can make a very impactful patient safety journey. To sum it all together towards Viksit Bharat, we all keep speaking about Viksit Bharat, but to understand Viksit Bharat probably, you all have to realize that Viksit Bharat is not only healthcare, but it's also education, it's also technology, infra, agriculture, and of course the sustainable environmental practices for which NABH also has a standard. And ultimately, ladies and gentlemen, Viksit Bharat is not a concept, it's not an idea. It's an ideology, it's a way of life. And all of us either reach in 2047 together and make India a developed nation, for which all of your support is absolutely essential, or we do not reach at all. And it's a beating heart kind of a surgery where at one moment India is building bullet trains and fighting the space age war, and at the other we have the challenge of big and diverse country where we really have to think of the last in the line and create meaningful difference of patient safety to their lives also. So at both ends of the spectrum, and the only people who can help India take the Viksit Bharat route and the future of healthcare is you, because all of you are the biggest driver of Viksit Bharat, and with support of you and NABH and CAHO and similar organizations and collaborations, and of course ISQA-like bodies, I think I have no doubt that we can be there not only in 27 but much before that. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Kochar. It is really nice to see that where NMH is going now, and this digital health is something which is the way of the future. I'm sure with your, dynamic leadership, NMH will still go places all over the world. Anybody wants to have one or two questions with Dr. Kochar? Anybody? Okay, fine. Then the next speaker is Subroto, please. He has to travel, so.
Can everyone hear me? Yeah? Well, thank you so much. Good afternoon. My name is Subroto Gupta, and I think I wanted to kick off on behalf of Compass Group India by thanking the organizers of Cahocon 25 for giving us the opportunity to speak at this event. The theme of Cahocon 25 is collaboration, the heartbeat of progress, and the theme of this particular section is Viksit Bharat. So what I wanted to do in the next 10 minutes is to walk through what we feel could be a partnership between healthcare providers and service providers in building a nutrition-backed foundation that can take us towards building a developed India by 2047. Is there a clicker? Before I do that, I wanted to introduce Compass Group a little bit. Compass Group is the largest food and facility management services company in the world. We are about $42 billion. We serve 5.5 billion meals a year across 33 countries. And we are very proud to count 96 of the Fortune 100 companies as our clients. We are one of the largest sectors we have globally is healthcare. We serve about 3,500 clinics and hospitals around the world from an F&B and facility management standpoint. And we count famous hospitals such as the Mayo Clinic in the US and the NHS group of hospitals in the UK as clients. We've been in India for more than 10 years, one of the leading food and facility services providers in India. We are very proud to partner with more than 25 hospitals, premier healthcare institutions in India in their journey as food and beverage partner. And we serve more than 1 crore meals every year in India in the healthcare sector. From the perspective of this particular conversation, there are a couple of important trends that are impacting the healthcare sector in India today. The first is an increasing focus of everybody in society, all consumers, on wellness, nutrition, and experience. So if you look around us, all of us, smartwatches, smart rings, dietitians, healthcare technologists, healthcare tech platforms, there is a general view that people are trying to take more conscious control of their health and well-being. There is a broader understanding that food plays a very important role in the health and well-being of individuals. There is an absolute explosion of organic food and nutraceuticals that are essentially geared to meeting this need. There is also a greater focus on experience. We all talk about being in an experience economy, and experience is extremely important for all of us as both as consumers as well as in every other aspect of our lives. The second trend is, medical tourism is a very big trend in India. Last year we had more than half a million, 5 lakh medical tourists. The reason it's important for the healthcare sector is it presents a very unique cohort that is now there in the hospital whose dietary and experiential needs need to be kept in mind. India is relatively underserved from a population to doctor ratio, and therefore what that means for healthcare providers is they need to ensure that these doctors who are stretched, who are stressed, they have the right kind of nutrition, the right kind of support needed to discharge their responsibilities in care. And finally, India is seeing a large amount of private equity and a lot of private capital flowing into healthcare. And what this means is that especially in the bigger cities, there is an increasing concentration of large hospitals. Therefore, it is important for healthcare providers to differentiate themselves, to build stronger brands so that they are able to grow. We believe that healthy citizens and a healthy, strong healthcare system is a foundational pillar for Viksit Bharat, for building a developed country. Healthy citizens are more productive, healthier children have better educational outcomes, and a strong healthcare system allows us to counter or manage disruptions like the pandemic that we saw a few years back. As a country, we are on the right track. There is an increase in healthcare expenditure per capita, but I think around this room we'll all agree that we are still far away from where we need to be. Overall, hospitals and the healthcare sector has seen incredible innovation over the last couple of decades. If you just look at, for example, the hardware of care, diagnostics, imaging, from antibiotics to diagnostic imaging to precise robotic surgeries today, there has been a huge evolution over the last couple of decades in the hardware of care. There has also been incredible evolution in the software of care. The data, the EMRs, the HIS, the ability to collect diagnostic data and to be able to create personalized care services has increased by leaps and bounds. But what has happened to the nutrition of care? If I were to take a poll in this room, I think most of you would agree that the thalis you're serving in the hospital today to patients is pretty much exactly the same thalis that were being served 15 or 20 years ago. So while the entire rest of the hospital has moved ahead, while the science linking nutrition to health outcomes has advanced by leaps and bounds, that science has not made its way to the plate in front of the patient. And this is not a conversation only about patients. We believe that this challenge exists across the spectrum. If you look at doctors, for example, they are stretched, they are stressed. Most doctors, most days in the hospital, they do not get time to eat food. Whenever they get time to eat, they do not get the nutrition that they really need to remain focused and productive. Similarly, if you look at patients, more than 60% patients have expressed dissatisfaction with the type of food that is served in hospitals. And there could be up to, studies have shown more than 16% reduction in overall healthcare cost if nutritionally tailored meals were to be served to patients. Food is something that touches everyone every day. It is deeply emotional, it is rooted in who we are, it is an identity marker, it has emotional, social, and nutritional needs. If you look within the hospital, the way this reflects is, for patients, what this means is, what they really want is nutritionally tailored meals that affect their well-being and outcome, they affect their length of stay, affect their recovery process. For doctors and healthcare providers, what that means is they need to have access to the right food at the right time so that they are nourished, they are refreshed, and they are focused and they are productive in their work. And for visitors, what that means is they need to be able to access the right food throughout the hospital while they are there taking care of the people, their dear and dear ones within the hospital. We at Compass India understand this. And our view is we need to look at a delivery of care, a holistic care approach that enhances stakeholder satisfaction across the board. The first part of this is well-being and nutrition. For that, what Compass has done is it has built a proprietary database of macro and micro nutritional data for every dish that we serve in the healthcare sector. So we are able to help dietitians design tailor-made meals for the individuals while they are in the hospital. And all of this has been incorporated in an app, we call it VeriRest. I'll show that in just a minute. Safety and quality in a hospital is extremely important, from the ingredients we buy to the cooking process to the way we serve the food, the operating standards. We believe it's a foundational pillar of greater care and enhanced satisfaction. And finally, experience. We talked about being in an experience economy. So we have the technology stack that allows seamless dining experience for all stakeholders, doctors, care providers, patients, and visitors, from discovery to ordering to payment, and allows them to be able to access a wide variety of what does this create as outcome? We feel it creates nourishing dining experience that meets the unique needs of each of the stakeholders that we talked about. For the patients, it's about creating tailored meals that impact their well-being and their experience and their happiness and their emotional state while they are in the hospital. We talked about the fact that patient satisfaction is a very big driver of growth and differentiation. For doctors and care providers, it provides them with the right kind of meals that they need at the right time so that they are fueled, they are focused, they are productive in their work. And for visitors, it gives them the flexibility and the variety that they require for them to be able to sustain themselves and to be emotionally stable while they are in the hospital taking care of their loved ones. Some time back, I talked about our nutritional guidance app. We call it MediRest. So we believe this is a state-of-the-art capability that Compass has created to help the dietitians. It's a short video that we want to just show to all of you.
In a hospital, every meal served is not just food. It's a part of someone's journey to recovery. Introducing MediRest app automates the patient menu planning and diet ticket process in just a few clicks. The super intuitive patient meal planning has a menu suggestion based on patient's clinical and digestive state. The dietitian can add or remove a dish and change its serving quantity, provide special dietary remarks with just a tap. While MediRest app filters dishes from the menu that contains allergens based on patient's dietary conditions, the dietitian can even add the favorite dish of the patient or override the system recommendation. With the on-demand option, the dietitian can instantly plan a meal if the patient is hungry between 2 meal times. A critical element of MediRest app is allowing the dietitians to input NPO. Back in the kitchen, MediRest app is equally powerful, instantly generating diet slips for each patient with key individual details captured. The Consolidated Daily Reports by MediRest app enables seamless kitchen operations for the hospital. Compass MediRest app truly prioritize the patient experience and wellness, and remain compliant to the regulatory needs for healthcare certificate accreditations towards its FANB services.
So just to summarize, what this app does, it is actually meant for the dietitian staff within the hospital. It serves 3 primary needs. One is intelligence and better nutritional planning, which allows the dietitian to be more effective in her job. The second is productivity. 40% of a dietitian's time today is spent in analyzing data and aggregating data and creating diet plans. All of this can be done automatically in the app, which saves the dietitian time that can be spent in front of the patient, talking to the patient. And finally, it enables compliance and adherence to standards. For example, in things like allergen management. Ultimately, this is all brought together to ensure that there is the highest operating standards and the right patient gets the right meal at the right time within the hospital premises. We started this entire conversation by talking about collaboration, and we truly believe that a collaboration between healthcare providers and service providers can make a difference. We talked about the fact that today healthcare is a foundational pillar of Viksit Bharat. We believe today that there are several challenges that the healthcare industry is facing. We believe that a core part of that care, nutrition, is something that has not evolved over the last couple of decades, like every other part of the hospital that has evolved. And we believe that the right nutritional approach, the right technology, the right operations, the right standards coming together can really make a difference, help the hospital provide better care to all its stakeholders, and to create better outcomes and to drive differentiation and growth. So we are an F&B company. We cannot really end any presentation without talking about food. So we are proud to present some of the offerings that we present to the healthcare sector. It is available in the counters outside. These are designed by our chefs and nutritionists, keeping patient needs in mind, whether it's around healing, immunity, recovery, mood, emotion, etc. And we would love for you to enjoy this food outside. With that, thank you so much for your time, and it's a pleasure speaking to all of you. Enjoy the session.
Thank you, Subrata. It's really a revolutionary product that you've designed, and I'm sure it will be great help to all the healthcare providers who are here. And I think food does elevate the mood of patients to a large extent and makes their well-being better. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Dr. Jitendra.
Just before lunch, this man has talked about food so much. Thank you. Dr. Vijay Agarwal and the CAHO team, thank you for organizing the IPL of quality. Nothing in India completes without getting attached to cricket. And I think this is the best season that you all have brought everybody together. Let me tell you that today we are not standing here by our own merit. It is the work of people like Dr. Girdhar Gyani way back 20 years ago, Air Marshal Pawan Kapoor ji, many people from healthcare quality fraternity, the CEOs of NABH who have done exemplary surveys, Dr. Gayatri Mahindru, our friend Harish Nandakarni, now Dr. Atul. Generation after generation has impacted, right from Dr. Narottam Puri's brilliant cricket commentary and healthcare commentary. A lot has gone into the making of healthcare quality. When it all started, and I remember because Air Marshal Pawan Kapoor was the, I think, first chairman of the technical committee of the standards. When it first started, it started with quarrels. It started with insecurities. It started with fear of penalty. Very quickly, there was a process which was institutionalized, creating something called NABH, which not only gave confidence, it gave knowledge. It not only gave training, it gave incentives. It not only gave brand ambassadorship, it gave even better package in reimbursements. Very quickly, everybody turned a challenge into opportunity, and the whole thing got institutionalized. Then there was a little phase of adoption, because until 2010, the fear was adoption will be in metros, adoption will be in large hospitals. And I remember as advisor to state government of Andhra Pradesh in 2015, advising the then chief minister, who is also now the chief minister, Chandrababu Naidu ji, I personally signed the MOU on behalf of state government with NABH in presence of our honorable CM, where every single district hospital and medical college was mandated to take NABH. And we became the first state in the country to become NABH compliant from a public sector. That was a phase of adoption. After that, every outcome requires an impact. If you look at the government file on creation of NABH, it mentions a word, the green note sheet file, and I'm sure we should archive this and make a museum out of it, frame it. It mentions a word, it will empower patients. After a huge amount of adoption happened, we didn't know whether patients will get empowered. Then the Patient Safety Foundation came by CAHO, and it empowered the patient. Now we have 15 lakh requests, queries coming in. If you look at the quality journey of healthcare in India, institutionalization, adoption, empowerment, we have successfully completed that in 2 decades. We arrived at the party late, but we have done a great job, because I think true Marwadis start with a dessert. And we have done a great job. Now I am here to just mention about 2 things, very simple, very specific things. Healthcare quality, as you all know, is a mix of everything. It's a bundle of everything. If a drug is of poor quality, it will have a reaction. NABH can do nothing about it because drug control is under regulatory department of Government of India. If sterilization is at fault, there are issues in another sector. It could be water. Medical technology, if there is a patient burned due to cautery because patient circuit failed, NABH can do nothing about it because medical technology production was at fault. blood products, the logistics and supply chain is not in the control of a hospital. Now all these things put together give us the net outcome called quality. Now I am here to talk about something which is unique, which is medical technology. You know, until 2015, India was importing 98% of its medical technology requirements from abroad. Whether it is CT scans, MRIs, heart valves, pacemakers, operation theater tables, anything, you name it, and we were importing. In 2018, we set up a public corporation, an SEZ, which I head as founder managing director in Visakhapatnam. It's called AMTZ, a centrally supported public sector enterprise. It's a campus of about 8 kilometers with 158 factories, 22 centers of Government of India, 7,000 people. And today, we are able to produce almost 24,000 crore worth of medical technology from one city in India. The same MRI machine that I used to buy in Health Ministry for 6 crore, I am exporting at 2 crore 80 lakhs. The same biochemistry analyzer that we were buying for 8 lakh rupees, I am making for 3 lakh 20,000 rupees. The same pacemaker that we were importing for 3 lakh 75,000, I make for 75,000 rupees. At the peak of COVID, when India was consuming 12 lakh RT-PCR test kits every day, we were supplying 11 lakh every day out of it. 1,000 oxygen concentrators, 250 ventilators. But the problem statement is different. You go to Vande Bharat Express, you see made in India. You go to a factory, you see make in India. Do you go to a hospital and see made in India written there? The answer is no, sadly. We don't have made in India hospitals. No hospitals can proudly say made in India, because despite producing now everything, we don't prefer what is made in India. Perhaps due to apprehensions of quality. And that is where we are learning from our elder brother NABH how to institutionalize quality in medical technology. We are learning because they have led with an example. So today, my request is, if we are able to make as a country from vacutainer to ventilator, from anesthesia workstation to linear accelerator, from CT scan to MRI, from biochemistry analyzer to operation theater light, please reach out to us when you expand your hospital, when you set up your hospital. Because Indian-made medical technology products, best in the class, best in the world, are costing almost 50% lesser than what you would pay if you were to import. And we are setting up these made in India hospitals where first time from a needle destroyer to an MRI would be made in India. The entire hospital will be using only made in India medical products and also exporting to the world. So my suggestion is, join us in this story of Viksit Bharat in medical technology. My second point, and then I'll simply stop, is medical technology is a very complex domain. From a mask which is a spun-bound melt-blown fabric, to a surgical instrument which is cobalt, chromium, tungsten-plated steel, to an ECG machine which is an electronics, to a biochemistry which is a reagent, to an X-ray which is a rotating anode physics tube, we are diverse set of items packaged together. The upkeep time of medical technology products due to lack of spare parts, trained human resource, is a problem. As much as 32% of medical technology, medical equipment, sometimes remain dysfunctional in hospitals, impact the quality of healthcare. So what we have done, because we specialize in medical technology and as a public sector enterprise, this is even a space for us to collaborate between two government institutions, NABH and AMTZ. We have created, along with Indian Medical Device Manufacturing Association, a scheme exclusively for biomedical equipment maintenance certification, where we look at, you don't know the engineer who is coming, to maintain and calibrate your medical equipment is even trained or not. So the certification system looks at the skill of the engineer, looks at the availability of spare parts, looks at the track record of controls and calibrators, looks at the circuit diagrams used, looks at the maintenance records, looks at everything that gives foolproof maintenance as a service. And if maintenance of medical technology as a service, as a quality standard which we already have, can be integrated with healthcare quality standard, we would have fixed a huge problem in our healthcare, which is confusion around medical technology. So I'll stop there just with these two requests, that our two steps of Viksit Bharat is made in India medical technology. We welcome you to partner with us and collaborate to make medical technology safe by making good maintenance systems possible in your hospitals, for which we already have solutions. Thank you and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Jiten. It was really enlightening because if the equipment is made in India, I'm sure that we'll be having, economical products and healthcare delivery can be cheaper for the patients. I think radiotherapy is one machine which is, not made in India at the moment, and I think Jitendra is going to work on radiotherapy machines because the duty by the government is 37%. Duty on a CT scan is about 20%, but on radiotherapy machines 37%. And the government wants that it's not encouraging lesser duties because they want us to manufacture in India. Now I'll have Dr. Viksit Bharat, who is the next speaker. He is a doctor turned entrepreneur, a cardiac surgeon by profession, who has created manufactured this SS Mantra robot for the first time in the country, which is extremely economical, and I am sure that he'll enlighten us more on this product also. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Just one quick correction. So I'm not the cardiac surgeon Srivastava. My father is the cardiac surgeon Srivastava. I'm just a normal.
Sorry, I
normal surgeon. So, first of all, on behalf of SS Innovations, I'd like to thank the organizers from Cahocon for giving me this wonderful opportunity to present what small part we are attempting to make to change the face of healthcare, not only in India but globally. So I'm going to talk briefly about our Mantra system and how we're planning to advance surgical robotics globally, emerging from India and then now reaching beyond its borders. This is a picture of our Mantra system. So we, as an organization, we build advanced, affordable, and accessible surgical robotic solutions. I'd like to establish the qualifier that we are Make in India. We are in the highest tier of Make in India, maximum number of parts. The system is completely designed by us in India, by a wonderful team of creative and imaginative engineers. We have our own production facility here in Gurgaon, in Udyog Vihar, and we want it to be different. We didn't want to copy and reverse engineer like so many other companies are doing. We wanted to make something different that would be better while remaining cost effective so that more patients globally would be able to benefit. So our vision was to make something new which would surpass the existing technologies while remaining cost effective to benefit more patients around the world. And our vision has always been to make gold standard healthcare affordable and accessible to every single patient in the world. This is sort of our ethos and philosophy at SS Innovations. So we want to take our technology expertise, humanitarian vision, manufacturing expertise, and be able to provide advanced surgical robotic technology, affordability, quality, and accessibility to this entire population of surgeons who are clamoring, for the opportunity to be able to get the latest technology so that we can achieve the ultimate goal of decentralizing and democratizing excellence throughout the country. So till date, we've done now 3,500, actually as of today, close to 4,000 procedures, covering 9 surgical specialties, so from head and neck to colorectal surgery and everything in between, including cardiac surgery. It's worth pointing out that ours is the only system that can support the entire spectrum of robotic cardiac surgery. Till date, now we've launched in 80 hospitals throughout the country, or 75 hospitals throughout the country. We've done 16 telesurgeries and almost 200 robotic cardiac surgeries. I think it's also worth pointing out that we're the only surgical robotics company globally that have a formal regulatory approval by CDSCO to perform telesurgery and teleproctoring with the blessing of the Indian regulatory body. And again, because our chairman, Dr. Sudhir Srivastava, was one of the early pioneers in robotic cardiac surgery, it's very close to his heart, no pun intended, to be able to perform very complex surgeries using our Mantra surgical robotic system. You can see here that we have our regulatory approval in India, and not only in India, but also in Nepal, Indonesia, Philippines, Ecuador, Guatemala, many other parts of the world, and our US FDA and CE application is ongoing. We expect to have it by the later part of this year or early next year. Our chairman, Dr. Sudhir Srivastava, he's actually the first person who did the first robotic surgery in India in 2002. He's one of the early pioneers in robotic cardiac surgery, having performed the highest volume of robotic cardiac procedures globally, and trained more than now 400 teams globally, as he's still actively operating and training today. If you don't know much about robotic surgery, I'll just give you a quick history on the evolution of surgery. So as surgeons, we train that in open surgery. So open surgery is wonderful for the surgeon, horrible for the patients. Why? Because it's maximally invasive, huge scars, big incisions, enormous blood loss, slow return to functional status, infection rate, etc. Then came the advent of laparoscopic surgery, which is now better for the patient, but not great for the surgeon. Why? Because it's challenging, difficult, everything is counterintuitive. If I want to go up, I have to go down, right, left, etc. Suturing is challenging. Then came robotic surgery, offering greater precision, minimal blood loss, fast recovery, magnified vision, because the surgeons, we all know that any magnified vision will allow you greater precision to be able to perform delicate maneuvers, less pain and discomfort, and a quicker return to functional recovery. But if you look at this global scenario today, so one, they have huge barriers to entry. Of all the robotic systems globally, 95% are between the United States, Europe, and Japan. That means 5% of access accounts for 7 billion people. That's horrible. Intuitive Surgical, which is the main company from the US, only has about 10% of the penetration of global soft tissue robotics. US has the highest number of systems, followed by Europe, China, and India, third and fourth, and the rest of the world. So just to show that India only has 1.6% of the surgical robotic systems globally. As you all know, India and robotic surgery is growing. It's expected to triple in the next 10 years. You can see the number of surgical robotic systems globally. Of course, North America has the highest number. India now has 300 systems, and I think it's worth pointing out that the Indian surgery market. So, due to the exponential growth of technology, industry, positive GDP, within India, you can see a relationship of everything skyrocketing in the next 5 to 10 years. Similarly, in healthcare, we have to keep up with the times. And the healthcare sector is undergoing a profound transformation and growth, as we can see. But India, still with a population of 1.5 billion, 70,000 hospitals, almost 2 million beds, of which 26,000 are large hospitals, being multi-specialty. There's still approximately only 300 surgical robotic systems in the country since the inception of surgical robotics in 2002. It is worth pointing out that of these 300 systems, in the last 2 years, we've placed 1/3 of the systems throughout the country, from large hospitals like Medanta, Fortis, Manipal, Aster, to smaller hospitals, nursing homes in tier 3 cities, throughout the country. So we're being able to support the entire spectrum of healthcare population within the country, and thereby fulfilling our vision of democratizing access and decentralizing excellence. So till date, we've trained now more than 700 surgeons on our Mantra system. And then just wanted to talk a little bit about our company. So what we do is we have our Mantra system, which is our surgical robotic system. Telesurgery is something that we're doing, and actually just a correction from earlier to Dr. Rawal. He did the first uro-oncology telesurgery in the country, sitting in our office in Gurgaon and operating in RGCI in Rohini, 40 kilometers away. Since then, we've done now 17 more telesurgeries, but we've also developed a mobile telesurgery platform, which we unveiled at our recent SSI Mantra Surgical Robotic Conference in Gurgaon a few weeks back, which I'll show you in a second. Mudra are our instruments. We wanted to give Sanskrit names to everything. We didn't want to borrow another Italian name for a piece of technology, considering that this is an indigenous system. It's made in India for the world, and is completely done by our local team of engineers here in the country. Then we have Maya, which is our teleproctoring and simulation and virtual surgery. As you can see here, this is our surgical robotic system. This is set up traditionally for a beating heart, totally endoscopic bypass procedure. So our system is one of the only systems globally that's able to perform this. And till date, now we've done more than 100 different types of surgical procedures, from transoral surgery all the way to colorectal and everything in between. This is our bus that we recently developed. This is helping us be able to decentralize access and democratize, to the smaller patient or the larger patient population that exists in the rural communities and remote areas. Through this, we can drive the bus out into these remote areas, utilizing India's version of Starlink, which is OneWeb, who we partnered with. Now we can offer telesurgery capabilities where these kind of high-speed connectivity, point-to-point connections might not be existing. The next thing we're also developing after this is a mobile operating room, so that we can bring these mobile units out into the remote areas. We run diagnostic camps, telerobotic ultrasound, targeted therapies, biopsies, and should someone require surgery, because as we all know, surgery is the last step, we have the mobile operating room ready, which will be equivalent to all NABH standards. And telesurgery, so the reason for telesurgery, the way that we look at telesurgery is this. It's not like having some, omnipresent surgeon sitting in one place and operating in 100 different places, although working in remote areas is definitely an advantage of this. But we want to utilize telesurgery with teleproctoring to create a very holistic training methodology. So just as we train in surgery, we have an attending in the room. The goal of the proctor is not to do the surgery, but to bring the student to maturity. So through teleproctoring, I'm able to proctor a surgeon at a distance remotely, and should that surgeon get stuck, then I can take over through telesurgery, get them through the next step, so that they don't have to convert the case due to their own limitations. This is just a short example of our teleproctoring done over 2,000 kilometers between Gurgaon and Bangalore. You can see here on the lower part, it's fully immersive 3D, so that the surgeon has perfect vision and has the same vision that the student surgeon has. And then our telesurgery architecture, and then I'm very proud to say that we here in India, through SS Innovations, we did the world's first robotic cardiac telesurgery, initially from Gurgaon to Jaipur. We did a beating heart bypass surgery, and then most recently, a few weeks ago, we were able to do the north to south telesurgery cardiac, which is actually very complex. So when people say that your system is affordable, most people confuse the word of affordability with cheap, and saying that you can only do simple procedures. Well, I'll tell you, beating heart bypass surgery remotely, hundreds and thousands of kilometers away, is not, there's no shortcoming, and it's extremely difficult. We were able to successfully do it in India, and this is something that we should all be proud of as a country. Till date, the most of all these numbers, the thing that I'm most proud of is that in all these cases that we've done, all different complex types of surgeries, from transoral to colorectal and everything in between, including cardiac, 0 mortalities, 0 device-related injuries, and 0 device-related complications. I think this is a testament to the fact that when you have surgeons who started the company, running the company, because we ultimately know that patient safety is paramount and most important in the end, especially in surgical applications. This is just a diagram of the dispersion of cases that we've done until date. As you can see, it covers all specialties, including now close to 200 cardiac surgeries. And the next thing that we're working on is a pediatric robotic system, because we believe this is a huge population that goes overlooked. They're still being operated on maximally invasively, and there's no reason why we should let this population of little ones be left behind. Why SS Innovations? Because we offer a complete digital surgery platform at an affordable cost, and these are your brothers, your sisters, your children, our team of young, bright, imaginative, and creative engineers who you should all be very proud of. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vishwa. I will now request Dr. Satish Singh, our chairperson, to conclude the session with his remarks and comments.
Thank you very much. I think the vision, our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister vision of Viksit Bharat, I think we have got great role. Viksit Bharat, that includes Viksit Bihar, and we have got great role in it. To fulfill that vision of 2047, I think we cannot achieve unless we have got a healthy and educated workforce, young youth workforce. And for that, we have already talked about nutrition, environment, government policy of Ayushman is one of the world's best, most important scheme, and we must comply with that. But only thing is that we need more funding and more support to the hospitals who are doing all the government cashless and Ayushman. Making this, that for that all professionals have to commit themselves. Made in India is a great step towards the Viksit Bihar. Sorry, I'm very Bihar-centric. Viksit Bharat. I think, like Rajesh has said, that there is a now association for manufacturing the equipments here. I think the mantra, SS mantra, has taken a great leap of making robotic surgery very affordable to the common people. And I see, I mean, we have installed the first in Bihar about 10 months back, and we are doing very good, and my patient can afford it. So I think this sort of innovations in India is very achievable. I think the NABH has done a great role in quality improvement, and we were the first to have NABH in Bihar, and thanks to you. And I was personally very resistant to that because of seeing the environment in the society, the poverty and all that. And once about quality person started doing it, the tremendous improvement in the nursing care, the health care, and now other hospitals also coming up. So these are the improvements which I think is a must for all of us. This is another for Viksit Bihar, for Viksit Bharat. Bihar has a great potential for medical tourism, because for every Buddhist all over the world is a must to visit Bodh Gaya. And we are preparing ourselves for getting accreditation for having medical tourism to enhance the economy and the capacity of the hospital in Bihar. So thank you very much, Dr. Atul Mohan Koches. So how much help you gave me in our quality improvement. Vishwa, who has made revolution in robotic surgery in India and other developing countries. Brajesh, and I have just talked to him that we are going for a medical college and bigger 600-bed hospital. I would like his help to keep my coming up hospital. And Subrato for nutrition. So thank you very much for all of you coming here, and thanks to
Can we have a round of applause,
CAHO for
please?
giving the opportunity. Thank you.
So, thank you, honorable chairpersons and speakers. Can we have the photograph, the customary Cahocon 2025 photograph at the podium, sir?
That side.
That side, sir, on the left side. So, meanwhile, the photograph is being taken. Let's go into session 4, that's the Healthcare Sustainability Walk the Talk. And for the session, the first chairman is Dr. Alexander Thomas, who's the founder and patron, CAHO AHPI. Welcome, sir.
And we have the second chairperson for the session is Dr. Arun Garg, Chair and President, Canada India Network Society, Clinical Professor, Laboratory Medicine and Pathology, University of BC.
The speakers for the session, the first speaker, Mr. Andrew Rosen, Vice President, Joint Commissioner International. He would be speaking on collaboration in patient safety, high reliability, continuous improvement, and environmental sustainability.
And the second speaker is Dr. Victoria Lee, the former CEO and President, Fraser Health Authority. She'll be speaking on sustainable healthcare, Fraser Health Experience.
The third speaker for the session, Mr. Peter Frederick, Managing Director, PTS Division, Sumtersberger, Austria. The topic he would be taking is pneumatic tube system integration with advanced lab and pharmacy automation. The session has 50 minutes, chairpersons. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you. Once again, on behalf of my co-chair, myself and CAHO, welcome to all of you. I know we're just going to break for lunch, but we'll try and keep it crisp. So one of the reasons that we're having this session, the reason that we're having this is that the healthcare sector, the healthcare providers contribute about 5% of damage to the environment. So it's a significant amount, and I think together we need to try and
see how we can bring it down. So as healthcare systems around the world they face growing challenges both from climate change and resource constraints to the ever-increasing expectations from patients and systemic inefficiencies. We heard a lot about these inefficiencies earlier today. The call for sustainable solutions has never been louder. So this is actually sustainability. We talk about sustainability, it goes beyond only environmental responsibility. It encompasses economic viability, because without economic viability, it is not sustainable. Operational resilience, and above all, the ability to consistently deliver high quality care. That's what we're talking about today, high quality care. Very importantly, giving high quality care without compromising the future. So this session is dedicated to exploring real-world strategies and innovations that demonstrate how healthcare institutions are moving beyond conversations and into meaningful and resourceful action. That's why we have actually named it Walk the Talk. We'll hear different models from the experts that integrate patient safety with sustainability, health systems that have embedded sustainability thinking into their healthcare operations, and importantly, technologies that are redefining efficiency and environmental impact. So with that, I think we'll start the session, and I invite our first speaker, Mr. Andrew Rosen, to take the stage. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I see I'm competing with lunch today. It's okay. Thank you to distinguished chair people and distinguished other presenters. My name is Andrew Rosen. I'm the Vice President of Joint Commission International. I know this is a session on sustainability, and I'll get to that, but I hope you will maybe take a short detour to begin. The theme for this conference is collaboration. It's a wonderful theme. So I'd like to talk briefly about how we at the Joint Commission think about collaboration in terms of quality and patient safety. And then I'm going to tie that into sustainability. This is the Joint Commission. We turn 75 next year, more than 23,000 accredited or certified organizations around the world. We have a large team that develop our own proprietary standards. We're always learning, we're always working to improve. You may not know this, but we're called the Joint Commission because we started as a collection of different medical and provider associations who came together to improve quality back in the 1950s. So collaboration is really in our DNA. Now, one of the most important ways that we collaborate is with groups such as CAHO. I'm very proud to be on the advisory council. We work with similar groups all around the world to help advance quality for everyone. We recently announced an alliance with NAEQ, so we provide certification for individual quality and safety practitioners globally. The second way that we collaborate is through promotion of high reliability organizations. Now, I remember one of the first major quality studies that I worked on a number of years ago, gosh, maybe 20 years ago now, where we looked at a number of big hospital systems who had been able to sustain measurable high quality across a number of years. We tried to understand what they were doing differently. We expected a series of different best practices from each of them, but what we found is that each of these organizations were doing the same four things. And one of the most important of those four things was that they understood that quality was everybody's job, from the top leadership to the janitor. And they're keeping people safe in the incredibly complex 24/7 high-stakes environment of the modern hospital required leadership prioritization, required the use of every pair of eyes, every pair of ears, every brain, including the patient and their visitors, to be continually alert. Now, this is not to diminish the importance of the quality department. You're the coordinators, the educators, the experts. Thank you for all that you do. But in the safest organizations that we've studied, the culture is that the entire enterprise is ultimately responsible for quality. And so I'd like to offer a special thank you to those of you who are here who are not from the quality department, because you understand this. This joint responsibility, one of the many factors of high reliability we call the environment of collective mindfulness, is one of the core principles of high reliability that we teach to many organizations around the world. collaboration, not merely inspection. Now, our aim at JCI has always been not regulation, but improvement. Organizations who have been with us for decades have seen this. Our surveyors are in the unique position of seeing best and sometimes worst practice from all around the world. They spend as much time in the survey process educating, coaching, collaborating, as inspecting. It's a very, very important part of how we use accreditation to encourage improvement. And I have an announcement to make, an important one. We're taking this collaborative approach even further through the introduction of JCI Continuous. This will be formally announced across the world in the next 2 weeks, I say. So you're getting a special preview here at Cahocon. So while JCI has increased collaboration during the survey, this happens only every 3 years, and I think you'll see a debate about this later today. Our accredited organizations, many of you asked us for more support between surveys to improve, to focus on areas of most importance, and introduce the all-or-nothing nature of the survey event itself. So we're introducing a new accreditation approach. You still have a survey every 3 years. You still prepare just as you always have done. But we've found ways to streamline that survey, make it more efficient and more focused, yet still robust. And following the survey will be virtual touch points with survey experts every 6 months across the 3-year period. Not inspections, not surveys, but they're there to support the organization in areas of need improvement and to prepare for the next survey. More information to come on that next week. There's no extra cost to this. It's how we think that we can improve collaboration, and I'm happy to discuss with anyone in more detail afterwards. But let's talk about the most important of the theme for this session, the fourth way that JCI thinks about collaboration, and that's the theme for this session, which is environmental sustainability. I'll start by asking you a question. What do these pictures have in common? I'll let you think about it. I'll come back to it in a second. For the rest of my time, I want to answer just 2 questions. Why is JCI focusing on sustainability as part of accreditation? And what does that mean for healthcare providers? So in July, we published the 8th edition of our hospital standards. It was a top-to-bottom revision. Great to see many of you at our session yesterday looking at some of the changes. Our aim in the revision was primarily to simplify. We reduced the number of standards by about 15%. But we also added a few things. Healthcare moves very fast, so we put new guidance on cybersecurity, EMR, and other technological advances. But most notable and new for us, and different, is a chapter on global health impact on sustainability. So you may ask, why put sustainability in a quality and safety standards manual? Let's go back to the pictures. What do these have in common? Any thoughts? Shout them out. I think so. I think I heard some of that. Yes, these represent important milestones in patient safety and quality across the past 200 years. Hand washing, sterilization, medication management, preventing patient falls. Now, one way to look at the history of patient safety is to look at it as a series of discoveries, right, where caregivers discovered that something they were doing or not doing in the process of giving care was in fact also causing harm inadvertently to patients, to themselves, to the community. That's how we realized we had to wash our hands, we had to manage needles safely, we had to control antibiotics, and among other things. Because if we didn't do that, those things could affect the patient, but not only the patient, but others as well, caregivers, community. So a series of discoveries, but also a series of battles, because changing these things was not easy. There was and still is resistance. And the discoveries and battles continue. So if we come back to the Joint Commission, we're now focused on some of the new things that we're starting to understand create risk. Technology use, including AI, inequity, and importantly for today, unsustainable practices. So we're increasingly aware that the operations of healthcare providers, your operations, caring for your community, can also hurt your community and all other communities. Let me show you what I mean. Climate change is already affecting health. I could give dozens and dozens of examples. Here's just one. Heat-related deaths of people over age 65 increased by 85% across the last 20 years. They're projected to rise almost 4 times in the next 25. But we're also talking pollution, food insecurity, new pathogens, increases in mosquito and other vector-borne diseases, and all of these exacerbating inequity by disproportionately affecting those with lower incomes. As you already heard, hospitals and healthcare providers are big contributors to pollution and climate change. Right? 5% or 4.4% of global carbon emissions from healthcare. If healthcare were a country, it would be the world's 5th largest emitter. Hospitals account for about 1/3 of healthcare emissions. But for me, a study in health affairs tells the story best. Researchers estimated that health damages from US healthcare pollution in the latest year studied were on the same order of magnitude as deaths from preventable medical errors. Think about that. That's the first reason why the Joint Commission considers sustainability a patient safety issue, and why we're fighting it for it to be considered as such. Healthcare operations, caring for people, harms patients, harms caregivers, and it harms communities by affecting the environment. The second reason is a bit different. I don't need to tell anyone here that the weather seems to have become more extreme. An interesting study came out at the end of 2023 from the Cross Dependency Initiative. They looked at over 200,000 hospitals all across the world under different climate change scenarios. And they tried to work out what would happen with flooding, with wind, with fire, and with rising sea levels in each scenario. And what did they find? They found that by the end of the century, if nothing changes, 1 in 12 hospitals would be at high risk of failing, shutting down due to extreme weather. Now, if these hospitals were residential or commercial buildings, they'd essentially be uninsurable. Now, I know the end of the century seems a long way away, but it's already started. In the last 30 years, there's been a 61% increase in Southeast Asia, for example, in risk of damage to hospitals by extreme weather events. And Asia is particularly vulnerable. On the right there, you can see a list of countries with the most high-risk hospitals. Who was number 1? India. 1 in 10 hospitals at high risk of failure. Although I would say island countries in Southeast Asia will be worse off, closer to 1 in 4 hospitals. In most places for now, the issue is flooding. In the future, it'll be rising coastal waters. So whether or not your hospital or health system is contributing to carbon emissions and pollution, whether or not you consider your operations a patient safety issue, climate change is going to affect you in other ways. Extreme weather will make your facilities and operations vulnerable. They may make them inaccessible. You may have no power, no food, no water. Staff may not be able to travel in. And even if you're not damaged, are you ready for surges in volumes when the community is hit by weather or famine or dengue or heat stress? So the other patient safety issue here is to do with how prepared your organizations are for climate change. Hospitals are already pretty tough. You certainly are prepared for heat here. But what happens when it becomes 55 degrees, 58 degrees in summer? We believe that hospitals have to improve their resilience even further to keep their communities safe. That's why the Joint Commission sees it as imperative to start to consider sustainability not just an ESG issue, not a political issue, but a patient safety issue. And I'm thrilled to see that CAHO in India are thinking the same way. And this is why we work together with the Geneva Sustainability Center, part of the International Hospital Federation, to create standards for it to be part of our general safety and quality standards for all hospitals and AMCs. We made the standards available to any accrediting organization to use. I know that for some of you, you've been working on sustainability for a very long time. However, I also know from talking with many of you that tackling sustainability is not something that's been on your agenda, and adding it to accreditation can seem overwhelming. Many of you are worried about that. So what I'd like to show you across the last 2 minutes really is that this is nothing to
Can you wrap up in about 30 seconds? We're running out of time.
2 seconds.
Thank you.
Essentially, what we've set up here are 5 areas of standards. Each one of these are around beginning the standards journey. Right? So we don't set targets. They're around setting up someone who's in charge of sustainability, someone who is reporting it, educating your staff, using environmental resources, understanding what your power use is, you already know that. Particularly looking at the procurement and supply chain management where 80% of emissions come from. And finally, looking at your emergency plans. This is a start. We believe there are tools that are available for free to be able to achieve any of these, and a very important part of this. And we believe sustainability ultimately is the ultimate form of collaboration, because in a sense you are collaborating with every other organization around the world to protect everyone's communities. And with that, I'd like to thank you.
Thank you. I'll request my colleague, former CEO of Fraser Health Authority, Dr. Victoria Lee, to do her presentation. Please welcome Dr. Victoria Lee.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It's great to be here, and I'd like to start by acknowledging and thanking the organizers of CAHO. It's an impressive conference, and just great to see everybody that's here. So thank you very much for having me. And I'd like to go through sickness to wellness care and how sustainability plays a role in that. So this is just a model, and I don't think it really matters where you are in the world. I've been to many, many different places looking at comparative health systems, and many of the health systems in the world are looking at sickness care, even though we call it health care. And I believe that the transformation that's required for us to be sustainable, whether it's financially, environmentally, is actually to turn it from sickness care to wellness care with some of the components that are mentioned here. Apologies, I tried to switch it to CAHO PowerPoint template, and the words are very small, but basically sickness care is very reactive, whereas wellness care would be much more proactive, and it's empowering individuals as partners instead of doctors as a center of knowledge, and it would be more individualized and precise instead of having one treatment for all, and we would actually know the value of the health system and the outcomes instead of unknown values, which is often the case that we are living in. And you did a great job of looking at all of the impacts of health impacts of climate, and also why it's important for us to pay attention, and whether it's the International Panel for Climate Change or whether it's the World Health Organization, we know that climate sustainability are some of the greatest public health threats for us to pay attention to. So basically, I think from health system perspective, what we're looking at in Canada, even in Malaysia and other places globally, is beyond sustainability. How do we actually contribute broader to planetary health? And we were looking at earlier this morning, one of the quality arms is equity. And healthcare sustainability and planetary health actually impacts equity in that most vulnerable people are most impacted by sustainability, environmental degradation. Impacts of the health system from various emergencies, even though Canada is much more moderate in terms of temperature, it was very much felt in British Columbia because we actually had 1 in 1,000 heat dome event where we had hundreds of seniors that passed away, and tragically, as well as 1 in a 500-year flooding event and water where we had normal cities that became islands unto themselves. And we already heard about the fact that health system is such a big contributor in terms of our carbon and greenhouse gas generation as well. And in fact, we surpass aviation. So I think what's important for us as leaders in health system is to turn these thinking and background into actions that's meaningful. And I like to focus on actions because we often focus on problems and what's our problem instead of talking about how do we get out of the problem and what can we do, what's our role in the health system. And I do believe that we have a very strong opportunity in our health system to actually have solutions that are healthy for people, healthy for our communities, and also healthy for our planet. So what does that look like? So I'm sure many of you have never heard of Fraser Health. It's actually one of the largest health service delivery systems in the country, and even though it's a small population in comparison to India, it's one of the largest population sizes in Canada because we look after about 2 million people. It's very diverse, 32 First Nations communities, 20 municipalities. We have over 90% of refugees in the province that settle into our region, as well as 40% of newcomers. So when we were looking at what do we do in our sustainability, what do we do overall in health system impact and making a difference for healthy people, healthy communities, one of the areas that we looked at was South Asian Health Institute. And in fact, Dr. Garg had a very, very pivotal role in establishing that in 2013. And the reason that we looked at South Asian population was that was one of the most populous and diverse populations in our region. So I think sometimes when we look at how do we provide culturally safe care and culturally appropriate care, we only look at languages. We're translating, so that's enough. So we're translating our services, emergency services, OB-GYN services into different languages. But what we have learned through that experience, and again, Dr. Garg has been incredibly supportive in establishing not only the institute, but also connecting the dots with Canada-India Network Society and also CINI, which is broader connection between Canada and India. What was really important is the role of culture. And the role of culture became an important parameter for us to establish services from addiction services to health services in long-term care, rehabilitation, elderly services, and we started to actually engage in broader communities, in schools, in gurdwaras, and also going out to temples and talking about health and wellness in a different way. And in fact, we actually decreased amount of sugar that's being used in chai tea as an example. I think this is the most fun example, and I think I need help from the folks on the tech side to play the video. And this is a video of how we had in our adult day center had seniors that were able to get their physical activity in a different way, and hopefully it'll play. Says it's not available. No luck? Anyway, we'll have to share it another time because I don't have too much time up on the stage here, but it's basically seniors learning how to dance with Beyonce music, and I thought it would get the crowd going and dancing, but it'll have to be another time for that. So the other very, very important work that we've done is to look at that cultural importance with Indigenous population in our region, because as First Peoples in Canada, they also have lots of learnings and knowledge in climate and how do we live with our earth in a way that's much more sustainable. So the things that we also heard from our Indigenous population and communities was how do we look at 7 generations ahead? How do we look at sickness from wellness? There's traditional knowledge and healing practices that could be included, as well as some cultures look at impacts of climate differently because there's climate anxiety and those types of impacts that are very different from colonialism as well. I think there might be some alignments in that area. So planetary health beyond sustainability became one of the anchor areas of our objectives and key results at Fraser Health, and that was looking at reducing our impact as well as becoming an anchor institute, being ready for emergencies, as you were talking about it from Joint Commission and what you're looking at in accreditation, as well as collaboration with our partners, because that's where we can have the biggest change and biggest impact at the population level. And I think what was really interesting was that we could do little things that became a big thing. So this is a very small example of the many things that we've done to be carbon neutral for 15 years of Fraser Health. And one was actually changing the climate impact of inhaler therapy, where going from salbutamol, for instance, to dry powder-based inhalers actually reduced our carbon output by 22%. And that's just one single example of what we've been able to accomplish in a short time to be carbon neutral. But there's so many areas, from food services, how we build our buildings, to how do we actually maintain our buildings and what kind of surgical instruments we use, as well as how we train people in a thinking very much in an integrative, connected way, looking at culture, looking at built environment, looking at all of the determinants, health as well, that will turn from sickness care to wellness care. So with that, I will leave you with this, because I think it also connects back to why we're here in India, because I think there's such ancient knowledge that really integrates mind, body, spirit, that I think Western cultures and systems can learn from, and I hope that we can bridge that gap to actually ensure that we have wellness care that moves forward, not only for space, but for the planet as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Victoria, for being right on time. Okay, I'll request our next speaker, Mr. Peter Fredericks, to speak on the... Please welcome Dr. Friedrich.
So, thank you so much to be part of your great Cahocon summit and give me the possibility to introduce Summitsberger, Austrian product made in European Union, and we are proud to give this latest healthcare technology of pneumatic tube transportation system to the Indian market, and already successful in 170 hospitals in India. So we are the founder of the modern pneumatic tube system with fully automated pneumatic tube distributions on hospitals, and using this in laboratory, blood samples, transportation and automation, pharmaceuticals and other items like ampoules, blood bags and injections. So all small items in a hospital are shooting through our pneumatic tube system to all the locations in your hospitals. So our company is already well established and was founded 1921, and we are in the total international market of pneumatic tube systems since 1990. The roadmap you can see in my presentation. We started with as a small electrical installation company, and now we are an integrator in hospital logistics using BTS transportation as our favorite product, and then also AMR robotic systems for the bigger and bulkier loads in your hospitals. A small diagram of our pneumatic shooter and pneumatic tube transportation systems to see, but I think this most of the people are already knowing, because it's a must in every modern hospital all over the world. So what is this pneumatic shooter system making so reliable and stable? It's a one-touch only system with a full automated laboratory integration. That means take the blood at the nurse at the bedside and send it fully automated into the analyzers and get the results in a few minutes. It depends for sure what kind of testing you are providing from the blood samples. So this is what the modern pneumatic tube systems are following, and giving this product a totally new market presence and gives it as a modern transportation application to all of the hospitals worldwide. It's fully automated and transported in safe and secure capsules, which are manufactured with silver ion technology, and you have no problems. You don't have any infections because of transportation of all your goods to all the locations in your hospitals. So this is the case that you can use it all departments and have no problems with this. The next level of pneumatic tube is to distribute the samples to different locations, to different labs in your hospital. So you are automatically receiving, you are sorting, checking in your samples, valid testing, and send them to the different lab applications using the big players in the market like Abbott or Roche or Beckman Coulter. And send it to their bulk loader to proceed them fully automated. That's the reason why we call it one touch only. So nobody has to touch the sample in the lab. It's just from the nurse, and the result is fully automatically back to the nurse places, and nobody has to check if it's lost or if there is any complaints on this transportation. This is possible with an integration in the Sort Pro, which is a high sophisticated 3,000 sample check in an hour, which is amazing fast, and is already possible to give all the pre-analytic sample checks in 3,000 samples per hour. So this machine is already coming soon, so we are proud in Holy Family to install this in the next 3 months and give also this new innovation to the Indian market. The next step is the box picking system of integration into the PTS, that you make the logistics from the pharmaceuticals up to the point of care to the nurses in a full traceability. So you just order the boxes of medication from the automation. It's fully automated, loaded into the pneumatic tube shooter, sent to the right location, and the nurse can access with an access card to this medication, and you have the full track and trace of all your items you are moving from this machine to any places in your hospital. The robotic pneumatic tube station can be integrated in any of these logistic centers where you are stocking your medications and sending them out to the point of care of the nurses. And at this point of care, we have a software application used for handheld devices which can scan the medication, scan the wristband of the patient, and you have in every second the full traceability of all the medications which you already gave to your patient, and have the full report during his stay in your hospital. The same is happening with the blood samples. You scan the wristband, you print the barcode, you send the sample to the lab, and the one-touch system is giving you the results immediately from the analyzers of any of your equipments you are using in your lab automation. So all these equipments are full automated. The vision is to have the logistics in a hospital in a full automated systems, and track and traceability and reporting of the patients during the stay in your location, in your hospital. So what is the conclusion of this? The best choice is to go with box picking automation, traceability of medication, sorting of samples, checking into your lab automation system, and report the results immediately to the nurses as soon as possible. So Summitsberger is the #1 choice for hospitals 4.0 IoT solutions, and makes the hospital much more sophisticated, and you are ready for NS2, and all these regulations are coming soon. So thank you so much to following my presentation, and I hope I can give you a small intervention of our product.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you for being on time. Yeah, so thank you very much. Now this is my great opportunity to conclude the session by saying few words. I want to start by acknowledging and grateful for my heritage of Indus Valley Vedic yogic science of some 5,000 years young and its influence on my career. I am from Canada. We have a custom of acknowledging of heritage of First Nations and its interrelations and impact on present. These are acknowledgement a part of sustainable thinking. Our theme of our session is similar to the Diya lightning of India. Sustainability is a value, interconnected and part of other values like quality, safety, collaboration, accountability, among others, and what it means. Sustainability needs to be, friends, sustainability needs to be part of our thinking, which is our mind, and part of all decisions we take, all policies we develop, every action, every thought, strategy, tactics, process, and incentives must include sustainability. The biggest threat to sustainability is our dependence on reductive thinking and not integrative thinking. We need both, as progress of last 500 years is possible because of reductive thinking. It provides focused outcome and it is linear and concrete. Integrative thinking is a circular and abstract. Again, we need both for sustainability. Biomedical model fused with psychosocial model. In other words, fusion of best of East and best of West. India is the leading this, and CAHO can provide a global leadership. It's natural with our theme of Vasudhaiva Vasu Kutumba, as stated by my colleague Dr. Lee and mentioned several times by Dr. Jeffrey Brathwaite of Australia in his opening remarks. India can lead the globe in sustainability. So thank you. Long live quality. Thank you very much.
Thank you, chairpersons and honorable speakers. Can we proceed for the photograph at the Cahocon 25? So before we have the launches, there are a few announcements. The EndoSafe and iComply awards would soon start after a few launches. So the nominees or the winners can be here in the conference room. Please gather here for the award ceremony.
And one more announcement is that the delegate kit, your delegate kit will be available at room number 8. So please don't forget to collect your delegate kits. So we'll get ready for the launch of the Supply Chain Leaders Forum. And I invite Mr. Vinod Kumar and team to be on the stage. I also request Dr. Lalu Joseph and Dr. Dilli. Yeah, also I request Dr. Vijay Agarwal and Dr. Pawan Kapoor to be on this stage, please. Alex sir, can you please remain on the stage for the launch of the Supply Chain Leaders Forum? Yeah.
Yes. So we have the CAHO Supply Chain Leaders Forum. The CAHO Supply Chain Leader Forum is a strategic initiative aimed at strengthening supply chain management in healthcare, recognizing the critical role that procurement and supply chain professionals play in ensuring efficient, cost-effective, and patient-centric healthcare delivery. This forum seeks to build capacity, encourage collaboration, and drive innovation in healthcare supply chain management. The healthcare industry faces unprecedented challenges, including supply shortages, cost fluctuations, regulatory requirements, and the need for sustainable procurement practices. The forum will serve as a dedicated platform for professionals, industry experts, academicians, and students to share best practice, discuss the emerging trends, and promote innovations and can lead to efficient healthcare supply chains.
Forum is to be a leading platform for procurement and supply chain professionals dedicated to advancing quality patient care through collaboration, education and innovation in patient-centric sustainable supply chain management practices. And the mission of the CAHO Supply Chain Leaders Forum is to empower procurement and supply chain professionals by providing a forum for knowledge sharing, networking and personal development.
Good afternoon. It's a very, very proud moment for us at CAHO to be launching the CAHO Supply Chain Leaders Forum. Let's give a big round of welcome and appreciation to Mr. Vinod and his team for being here. Please join on the stage. So, CAHO Supply Chain Leaders Forum, we see the importance of having sustainable efforts in supply chain, and this is the main reason as to why we are forming this forum. So give your support to the forum. For all the purchase managers in hospitals, this is the forum for you. Kindly join us. Give them a big round of applause, please.
Now we have the SSCU Forum launch. So can I invite Father Johnson, Mr. Ranjit Krishnan, Dr. Nirmal Frederick, Dr. Francis Roy, Mr. Adel, Dr. Malati, and Dr. Balamurugan and Ms. Gayatri Sandeep. Please be on the stage.
So this forum is a real boon to the small healthcare organizations led by Father Johnson. Give them a big round of applause, please.